Listen. Yeah. Yes, Lord. Get that out of here.
I'm like, whatever noise I can make right now. Good afternoon, everybody who is watching this live. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. If you're watching this on the playback, not sure what day it is for you, but it's currently a Saturday, 2:32 p.m. Central Standard Time. And we're going to get into the most recent episode of RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars 11. This is the end of the orange bracket, the last chance they have to get some points on the board, and only 2 people are going forward into the semifinals. We will be talking about this challenge today, the runway with probably I'll be real, I saw some people complaining about it, but I was actually happy. I was like, oh, thank you for this non-convoluted, long-winded sentence of epic proportions to where the actual interpretation is up to the person who is presenting the look, but it was Paris, France. And I said, good. Yeah. They can't mess that up. But then, here we are. So I was like, okay, yeah, let's get there. I am going to be mad honest today, just like I was the last time. And I've already talked about my feelings in another video I just did this week about people who were a little bit upset that I continued to go ham on somebody. I'm not apologizing for that, F her, but at the same time, I get it. I'm just going to warn you before that pink bracket. You just get ready. I'm going to have one day of, and then after that, I'll let it go. All right. This week, I'm going to be real. I mean, I've always been real, but like this, hey, what's going on? We doing a video now. Y'all were chill just 2 seconds ago. What happened is because I'm talking. I got kids, fur babies, but to me, I do not want to take away from somebody's W this week, but I also was like, huh? You sure? Are you sure? That's where we're going. All right, cool. I really wanted it to be 3. I feel it needed to be 3. I get it's 2. I can't be mad at the rules right now. That's where they want to go, but God bless it. It had to be 3, especially with the way it went down, but it also made for a more dramatic ending and a very interesting way that this played out. So we are going to get into that discussion. Let me make sure to put this up first because my opinions can really touch a couple of souls, and maybe they need to rethink and evaluate how they receive my tea, but it is what it is. This program is for entertainment purposes only, and contents not intended to malign any religion, race, gender, company, individuals, luckies, or wigs. All opinions expressed by Matty-Rants and program participants are solely my personal views. They do not reflect the opinions of every human on the planet. Don't send hate to anybody that we talk about today. Having an opinion is not hate, but sending hate to someone, not okay. To any of the show's individuals or anyone mentioned today, grab your libations to strap them a little bit of a talk, or don't post these spoilers in the chat. And if you feel uncomfortable reviewing this program, consume some Activia and have yourself a good poot. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. Yeah. Thanks for being here, everybody. Let's get this live chat up. Who's here right now? Hi, Madeline. I know that from the goth, we can't spell yeah, but there you go. What's up, Ben? How you doing, my friend? Pokey fan. Gotta catch 'em, it's you and me. I know it's my destiny. Pokey fan. Prophet Misfit, how you doing, my friend? How you doing? Akasa girl. Yeah, we'll get there. Andrea, how you doing, my love? Anon account, how you doing, my baby? JMCL. Big hugs. I gotta give you some special love as soon as I pull up that little banner in a second here. But for sure, I'm glad to see my rant pack is already up in this piece. Shout out to Dane right now. Gonna be modding today. We will have Emrika back next week. Mama is on vacation. I'm so happy for them. Trust me, my vacation will be coming up in July. I need it. So stressed. But yeah, we're gonna fun today. This is going to be a cute little key, whatever, right? So back on to the rest of my social medias and everything else so we can get the show on the road. It's at Matty-Rants everywhere except for Twitter, which is at the Matty-Rants. You can find that on the Linktree link in my About section. That's where all of my links are. YouTube so encourages you to go to those links in the About section. So definitely make sure you check out the main page. Also, set up your notifications for this channel so that way you know whenever a video is going to be dropping. I normally post or at least give you an idea maybe 12 hours in advance, 24 hours in advance, but you know we go with the normal schedule here, especially for Drag Race, which will always be a Saturday show. Since they premiered on Fridays, that means the next day we got to talk about it. There you go. I'm also on Patreon. I just did a reaction to this episode and posted it for your consumption. I even did Untucked because I was like, in the bracket 3. Surely Untucked won't be boring. What happened? What happened to you, Untucked? But yeah, check out my reactions over there. Currently covering season 2 of Interview with the Vampire. Finished season 1 last week. Such a good show. And I'm really excited to finish season 2 because now I know that season 3 is coming up. We will be watching that in real time versus me being a little late to the party. Company Retreat will also be on the agenda and menu, plus some other shows that are coming out. Have you seen those very interesting, little low budget promos, little previews for Drag Race Mexico's Latino Royale? Well, guess what? I'll be covering it on Patreon too, as well as any other international season with doing reactions. And some of those will make their way to, of course, the YouTube platform. Keep, again, the notifications up so you know when the schedules will arrive. I normally post, at least if I have the month ahead of schedule, like I know what I'm about to do, you're going to be able to come here and figure out what days I'll be going live, right? Bam. Yeah. Patreon. Subscribe. Bookable on Cameo, merch available at directlymerch.com, and a P.O. box if you want to send anything through the Rant Pack mail. And I'm also still an affiliate partner with Paramount Plus. Shout out to a recent person who I saw just use my link to get that free week. Thanks, baby. You can get that free week on me. Watch all of Drag Race, I believe, in its entirety. I don't know if they're missing any seasons, but check out all the All-Stars, the Untucks, the regular Drags. All of that is available on Paramount Plus, as well as one of my favorite things to watch, which is South Park. I'm going down, you know, the theme song. Friendly faces everywhere, humble folks without Tim. All right. So check it out. I normally watch the South Park Live channel as well as my local news. They do have a live section with Paramount Plus. Yeah, get that free week on me. It's gonna be cute, right? Bow. And then also, I think that's it. I feel like I was I'm extending it. Yeah. So that's enough. That's it. That's all my social medias. If I forgot anything, just go to my About section. I'll take you where you go. And again, I appreciate you all for being here. I already did the disclaimer. Chill. We're gonna have a good time. Opinions will be said. You may not agree, but I don't want to argue with nobody about this because in reality, you're right. I'm right. No one's right. If that makes any sense to you. Like, it's just so I look, call me by it, do what you want to do, baby. But like, it's just an opinion. Ain't gonna hurt no one. It shouldn't, most certainly. Yes. Let's get back to the live chat. Who's up in this piece? Oh, thank you, PokeFan. I keep forgetting. Maybe I'm not forgetting. I am also covering Euphoria on Patreon, and I do reactions. I post them normally on Mondays. This season's very interesting, and I just don't know how I feel about it. And it's giving, I gotta wait until we have the conclusion of what's going on for the season, because now we know it's a season finale and not a series finale. Since it did take them a little while to get back to the show and they're in this new atmosphere, I'm waiting to do a full review when I'm done with it. Only because I really can't review it right now because I feel so indifferent about every freaking episode. I love this part, don't like that part. Love how this is going. Why are we talking about this? Who wrote this script? What is the obsession with the Western motif that's going on? There's so many things I'm so confused about with the current season and why I'm just like, I'm not mad. I don't know. So if you're watching Euphoria right now, I don't know if you feel like me. If you're enjoying it, be on that time because it's really not bad. It's just I don't know what he wants to do anymore with it, and I feel some of the characters are being overly pushed in our face to let us know, like, don't like her, don't like her, don't like her. And then others, it's like you're not giving us enough time to really invest in the story that you're trying to tell. And they're almost a subplot, and it doesn't really feed me as a viewer. Like right now, like me watching Interview with the Vampire, different show, right? However, the storytelling is so damn good. It's so good. It's so good. So like, I think I'm becoming a little bit tired of where they're going, and let's do something salacious. Let's do something that's going to make the crowd go wow. So sorry for the little rant, but for this season, I don't know. Yeah, Playboy Ferdy, I think that's where I'm at. I don't like where it's going. And I don't like that this man wrote all these scenes and he feels like he's, cupping Quentin Tarantino's testicles as he's writing the script. However, there are moments that are really locking me in where I'm like, I got to see what happens with Maddie. As much as I don't like how Rue's story is going, I've got to I have to figure out what's going on. It's just a lot. So I don't know. It's a very interesting season so far. I don't hate it. I'm missing a little bit of the pool in I guess the whimsy that was the first 2 seasons. But, sometimes that happens with series and shows. It starts off with a bang and they don't know how to close it out. It's giving just a little bit of that. That's my Euphoria rant. I'm done, I swear. I was like, damn it, you brought it up, but I got to talk about it because it has been on my mind lately, especially when I do my reactions. I'm like, do I hate this? No, I just wish it was a little different. I don't know. But yeah, welcome to the live, DJ Tama. I hope you're doing well, my baby. And shout out to Amba Kassia. I hope I said that right. If I added a little extra there, that's the Texan in me. It's a terrible education system out here. You seen what's going on in America? Trash. I don't know, but I appreciate you for being here, my BB, and I hope you're doing well. If you did want to drop a little love in my jar, please and thank you. It does go a long, long way. It is paypal.me/Matty-Rants, Cash App $9Matt924, and Venmo Matty-Rants. I want to give some people some shout outs here, as well as a tippy poo that came in earlier. Shout out to JMCL, finally catching you live again. Thank you, my baby. Appreciate the love on Cash App. And thank you again for yesterday, too, for that tippy poo. I was on Patreon, and woo, it's been a week. And I got to give a shout out to some folks that threw in some very generous tippy poos this yesterday. Very much was helpful, and I appreciate you again. Shout out to JMCL, shout out to Marcus, shout out to Devon, shout out to Henrik, and shout out to Luis. Every time I read your name, I swear to God, I get to Jackie Brown with Bridget Fonda in the parking lot. Where's the car? Louis. And then I'm watching Interview with the Vampire, so I'm like, Louise. I love you. Thank you. For those tippy poos yesterday, they were very, very helpful. And I appreciate y'all down. And again, if y'all want to throw any love, it's available. It's not necessary, but I appreciate it. It does go a long, long way, especially with the journey I'm currently on right now. Okay, for real. Now, we got all that out the way. Got all my little sections and everything else. Let us get to this episode. Let us get there. Also, we got a super chat up in this piece. Shout out to Dane. Appreciate the super chat today for these laughs. I appreciate you. Spelling? I appreciate the super chat, Dane. Thank you so very much. I hope you're doing good out there in delicioso. I want more of me. There we go. For those of you with short attention spans that can't take me for too long, here's my top 5, so that way you don't feel like I took away the majority of your life, even though I feel like I give you life now, right? Number 1, Orange Bracket was that girl. I kind of enjoyed it for the most part. Number 2, she didn't beat her in that lip sync. Number 3, a little bit of shenanigans. However, I did want to see my girl go through. So like, I felt a ways because I'm like, I don't think she won that. However, I still want her to go through. The Libra, the indecisiveness of this episode in my brain. I was like, did she beat all? I don't know about all that. And then when this happened, I was like, wait a minute, hold on. What's going on over here? And then I'm glad, I was like, okay, my girl got to go through, but what about my other baby who like low-key, high-key tore this season? That's where I was. And this is why I felt in my spirit. And I know it's been subtweeted and the girls aren't tagging nobody who they keep on seeing through the comment sections and whatever the case may be. And they're happy that it's 2. And I'm glad they're happy that it's 2 because it's really not my business. I'm not there with them, just like we aren't. But like as a viewer, man, based off this orange bracket, 3 holes needed to go through. And that would be Akira, Morgan, and Dawn, the end. That's what I really wish in my fantasy world of if I had my way with this season right now. That's how it went. Because Morgan low-key did a damn good job. So did Akira and so did Dawn. And so it was difficult seeing it now be cut to 2 when all of us as viewers, I feel, can see that 3 hitting it. You know what I mean? So like, we got to accept it. It's just 2. But like, I'm sorry. I just, the way it went down made me go, hold on. We are giving individual wins on a team challenge. Hate that. Especially when it's like a top 2 moment. I'm like, can we go off of the team? Because as much as you wanted to give Akira, this is my 4th point, a take on what she did that was incorrect, which I understood what Rue was talking about on my 3rd viewing of the episode. But I also was like, chemistry-wise, the way it was sold, the whole group project, I'm sorry, that should have been the top 2 right there. But I'm also not trying to take away from Dawn because I'm like, Dawn gave this episode 2, did a pretty good job. I think I was just locked in more with the other group. And I thought the runway was sickening from Miss Donnie too. I just didn't think that she won the lip sync. And that's what gagged me. I also didn't want her to go in with no wins in a lip sync to semifinal. I kind of feel that way. But yeah, it was a lot. And I hate that it was between Akira and Morgan the way it was with the tied points. And I'm like, well, Rue, can you just make an executive decision and send both of them? Because high key, they did good by each other. The whole 3, Akira and Morgan especially, did very good by each other the whole 3 episodes. And then like the way it went down, I'm sorry, the point system gave that maybe Dawn wouldn't have gone through. And maybe it would have been a different kind of tie. I don't know. I don't want to take away from Zani because some people are kind of being mean to her online about the whole situation. I'm like, it's not Dawn's fault that, you know, the system worked for her this way, but it's just the way it went down that kind of felt a little like, oh, I don't think she won that, but she still was, she was cute. She gave a little bit, bitch, I dip, but I don't know, something about the way it went down. I just wish it was 3 so I could feel better. I think that's just me trying to self-soothe. Either way, I am still happy with the top 2 that did go through. I've been living for Dawn this bracket. I've been living for Akira this bracket. I've been living for Morgan this bracket. Morphine, you stomped that runway, sister. Shout out to Q for making that dress the end. And that is my quick take. Let's get to the episode. Shout out to my ADHD babies and the girls that have been so locked into the internet that you could only consume about 5 minutes worth of information. That was about 5 minutes worth of information because I started at the 13-minute mark. So boom. Let's get into the episode now, kids. And I appreciate you for being here today. And make sure you leave a comment as well as like this video. Let's talk about the points. But before I do that, Morgan, I don't know what it is, but I was living for this like close-up shot when I was getting my screen grabs. And I said, Morgan is puss. Love the earrings. Love those earrings. I was like, bitch, those earrings are right with God. But we really are into the end game of the first bracket. And so these points are going to be even more important than the first episode when they had to basically figure out how they want to debut it up. Everybody sort of evened it out with the girls who basically didn't get any points and they all had 1 apiece. But with Akira winning last week's episode and sort of jumping up on the board, you know, now we have Mama tied with Dawn. So it's 4-4 with Dawn and Akira. Lucky's got 1, Morgan's got 3, Mystique's got 1, and so does Morphine. Now, Lucky once again is the beginning point giver. And I wanted Lucky not to be that because it's again a game of let's see what the other girls are going to do. But she's a first move kind of bitch. So I'm like, all right, arts and crafts, let's do that. So she gives Morphine the point. Now, this is, mind you, after last week, Morphine was mad. She get the point from Lucky and all that kind of stuff. And we all had our own takes on who said what and this, that, and the other. So this was Lucky testing Morphine, but also being like, you were mad last week. Let's just go ahead and wrap it up. And to me, as fun as y'all are taking Lucky this season and enjoying whatever ride this is and how much you relate to her, I felt like in this moment, as well as through the competition, it's almost like, nah, she really wasn't a contender to go on, but it's a nice reintroduction to an individual who did have an early out. And this is more, same amount or more episodes. Either way, actually, was it 2 episodes and then came back for the Lollapalooza? I'm trying to remember that season. So many damn seasons of Drag Race. Somebody in the chat help me out because a lot of y'all have quicker brains than me. I'm getting older. I think it was 2 episodes. What was it? A non-elimination? And then we had the lover pool. And then the girl was out, especially because it was like, we got to do something. And then it was like, you can't even be yourself right now. I'm trying to remember. I think that's how that went. And then she came back for the Lollapalooza and had them basketball tees looking crazy. Something like that. There you go. Either way, she had Morphine the point. Thank you, Lucky. Appreciate you. Love you, sister. Still hate you. I don't understand. I believe she's being playful, but hey, take it seriously if you always feel like someone's getting bullied, right? Whatever. Anywho, Dawn's like, hey, Morphine, give me your point. She parked that. She parked it. That was a parking moment for Morphine because it's once, why would I give you a point right now? And you're doing so well, sister. 2 episodes, I ain't got no W. Maybe later. But at this point, Morphine makes the executive decision to give her point back to Lucky. I feel bad. And I was like, what? I feel bad, Lucky, so I'm going to give you my point. I was like, okay, Morphine, but this is still sweet. It is a girl, come on. We're supposed to do it last week. My bad, our bad. Cool. Let's just show up for what it is. And they got the 2 points on the board. Okay, not too far from Morgan. Possibly could win the episode this week and maybe have a chance. All right, now here's where the game changed. Morgan, what are you going to do with your point? I don't want to give it to anybody. But I'm going to give it to Akira. I was like, oh, what? But also, yes. But what? But yes. But like, what? But thank you. That was me. I was like, oh, no, but yes. Yes, gonna carry it through, but no. Because we're in a competition. This is a team sport, girl. You don't want to give that girl that. But yes. Morgan. I was like, girl, this is gonna be a tough ride for you now, but still, I'm happy you made the decision. We got some super chats. Let's give it some noise. Drewski, how you doing, my friend? Patricia, what would you think about them rotating the weeks versus showing it all in one block? All the week 1 episodes versus blocks, fun or confusing? I'm gonna gag you real quick, Drewski, and everybody listening. I have an answer to this, but I'm gonna go a little further. If you're gonna do a 2 episode drop, why not a 3 episode? And it's the first episode for each bracket. Cliffhang us bad. You hear me? A 3. Ooh, because the internet would go nuts. 1. Because then they're going to be comparing the first episode of the brackets day 1. Oh, that's that would be wild. That would be wild, baby. That would be wild. I do like the idea of like, oh my God, you totally actually were, rotating the weeks versus showing it all the week 1 episode versus blocks. Yeah, I think they should do that personally. Start us off with a bang and then get back to the get back, if you will. Like, instead of them, because I'm with Drewski here, but let me wrap this up real quick. brain's going off with many neurons. All 3 of the first episodes premiere same day. But the following weeks, it gets back to the first bracket. They close it out 2 weeks, boom, back to pink, 2, boom, back to purple, boom. So we have a little taste of from all 3, but we know the orange is going to hold it on going first forward, then back to pink. But it gives us that idea of so much to look forward to with the other brackets without waiting so long to see what happens. It's also, and I totally get this too. I do follow some of these queens and I see their comments online. With the 2-episode part, some of us are like, why are you giving us the orange bracket so quickly and then wrapping it up so fast that we can't have longer times with them and enjoy this ride a little bit more with the orange bracket? But I also get, like, again, you leave us with a cliffhanger. We want to know what's going to happen with the points same day, T. And then we just do this on a regular schedule from now on. Yeah, I get the way they're doing it. But there's also ways they could play it up, and I think the audience would live. I don't know. Let me know in the comment section what you think about that. And that's a great question, Drewski. Thank you for the super chat. Jazz, thank you for the super chat. Finally got alive. Glad Akira is getting her flowers and should and always should. Shout out to Akira. She's doing. I really am so happy for her this season, but I don't want her to get screwed over in the semifinals. Such is life. Thank you for the super chat. They should do the brackets like they do currently, but have all queens from all brackets. They're commenting and judging, but not getting confessionals. That's interesting. But no, I don't want that, only because it's the surprise of seeing them later in the semifinals and not knowing who is there is what I still prefer. I do like the fact that there's sort of like this question of like, who are we going to see in the semifinals? No one knows who's in the other brackets per se. And then when it's all said and done, oh, you're here. Like that part's cute, but that's still a good idea. I like that. Thank you. Another super chat, y'all. Oh my God, you're so sweet today. Morgan is thinking about her career and her good standing with the fandom. And wow, this was very smart decision made by my seasoned businesswoman. I agree. And I'm not mad at it. And Morgan, all tea. What a fucking awesome edit you got this bracket. You got a great edit. Honey, whatever happened in All-Star 3, wrapped. I'm not even joking you. I was like, oh, I'm going to just let that go. Because she played this game very well. It was Rue's decision at the end of the day, but as far as a social game and also playing, Morgan was doing her job. Morgan did her job this season, and I'm proud of Morgan this season. That's what I think why I was so pressed with, like, damn, it should be 3. It should be 3. But thank you for the super chat here. Now, Morgan gave her points to Akira, like we were just on before we got to the super chats, and add a little bit to it. And my favorite problem child, if you've seen the movie and you're old enough to remember that reference, you know this really does apply to Dawn, except she's not this evil little redheaded kid who's misunderstood. When I was watching this today and I saw this photo, I said, Dawn is that little boy from Problem Child. All grown up. Oh, what's his name? Is that was the dad in the movie. He passed away. What was his first name? His last name is Ritter. Y'all know who I'm talking about. He was in Three's Company. And remember when his son was an actor too, and his first debut movie was Freddy versus Jason, but his dad passed away, and it was like, really, oh, I'm giving y'all millennial stuff. I'm giving y'all some millennial like tea. Oh my God, that is what happened. Jason Ritter, John Ritter. Was it John Ritter? And his son is Jason, right? Yeah, it was John Ritter, and his son was Jason Ritter, and Jason was in Freddy versus Jason. I think I'm right. Because I remember I was so excited to see that movie. And it was so sad around the whole thing of it, like the dad passed. I was like, no. And John Ritter was a great actor. Shout out to Three's Company. Shout out to all of us. I remember those Nick at Night days. Oh. I had Three's Company and Who's the Boss on all the time. Sorry, I just ADHD. But yeah, Dawn's like, what the hell's going on here? Hey, no intel. Hey, Jazzy. But Ryla, hey. Oh, let me say hi to y'all. Bitch, your PFP. Eight. Whoever the artist is behind that, chewed. chewed. No, I love Sailor Moon and seeing it with the yes, love that. What's up, Caesar? Everybody else that's up in the chat here. Matty-Rants, I realize you look a little bit like Prince. Silver apples. I'm not going to give you my Prince story in the grocery store. I'm not going to do it. I think I told it a long time ago, but this one lady lost her shit when she saw me, and I was like, I look like who? I gave that woman a hug. I'm not even lying. She's like, please give me a hug. You just remind me of that man. I was like, okay. I was at a grocery store in Alabama when that happened. Oh, we got some more tippy poos here. Shout out to S&M. Shout out to Rihanna. Hey, Maddie, here's a little something towards your phone. Oh, thank you, baby. I appreciate you. And Juliet. Where's that from? That's from a movie. Come on, Matt. Juliet. Thank you so much for love on Kish. Yeah. You really kept me going at a dark time. Oh, Juliet, big hugs, my baby. I wish I could meet all of y'all. I have met some of y'all, which has been amazing. But my love, thank you. And big hugs to you too. We got to get out of these dark times together. I found it on Google because I'm a huge Sailor Moon fan too. I want to go to Universal Studios just to see that like 3D thing that they're doing with it, but I don't think it'll still be there by the time I end up going. What's up, Fatima? Hey, I finished the spring semester, ready to play Pokemon again. If anyone wants to send tips, advice, let me know. I have Brilliant Diamond. If you want to join the Discord, because there is a Rant Pack Discord, y'all, let me know. Go ahead and send in your request to join. I'm also on the mod, so I can make sure to get you in. We do have a gaming section where you definitely can go in there and ask, and we will throw it all out. And trust me, I'm a huge Pokemon nerd, so you will be perfectly fine. I can definitely help you out with Brilliant Diamond. Kind of wish you didn't get that game. It is low-key trash. Forgive me. You will know why when you play it. But I can help you out with that one for sure, because I wore that one out. Well, join, Ben. Let me know. Are you in the pending section? If you all are in the pending section, please directly DM me. I will go in there because I do know that everybody knows Matty-Rants lore from like the 10 years I've been on here. And it's sometimes like, well, I just got here. But I got you. Don't even worry about it. Because me and Liam, we hold that down. Shout out to Liam for pulling up the Discord. I really appreciate him for doing that, helping us all have a space together. Because that's what's up. Eddie, thank you for the super chat. Side note, please do Prince for that request has been going on for 20 plus years. Let me tell you, I appreciate it. Maybe I just got to get an actual costume that's not tacky and Halloween store looking because I hate that shit. Such as life. Shout out to Kyria. You shouldn't have even had to vote this week. I think they knew you would eat that elf the fuck up in the lipstick. Such as life. Oh my god. Why would you say that? We lived on here. But still, Dawn's like gag. Dawn is gag. Because it's like, bitch, what the fuck is going on here, bitch? I was tired first. Now Curious passing me. What's happening? Am I not going to get a cat? As a cat dad of two beautiful fur babies. I think that was my other reason I wanted Dawn just to pass into the semifinals. I'm like, not your man held a cat over your head to make it into the semifinals. The cat distribution system, okay, is random and it will choose you. You let Dawn have that cat baby. Dawn, post the cat. As the cat dad, please post the cat. I need to see it. I love cats. They're amazing. That and most animals. I love all animals. Don't like horses or birds. That's trauma, though. That's old trauma. Now, Mystique. Can I talk about this? I want to talk about this because I was kind of like, what? But also, yay, but what? And Nikki, I need prayers, family. My dad had to go into ICU. And Nikki, you're going to be on my prayer list tonight. I know some of y'all aren't religious, so don't take it for what it is, but just know that's my love. I always put y'all in my prayers. I just be like Rant Pack in general. I don't know what everybody's going through, but Lord, please, because the world is gross right now and we need a little light. So I'll put you back on my prayer. I'm going to get specific for you tonight, my baby. I got you, Nikki. Hey, Jamie. But when Mystique gave this point away in the speech, well, girl, just go ahead and say what you are. Look at Morphine. Morphine realizes I ain't going anywhere. I ain't going. This is very much now the shit. Well, the competition's like, because Akira just got 2 points on top of the W she already had. Again, thank God, because we want Akira to go through. But also for the other bitches, what are we doing? I think Mystique knew she wasn't going through, and I think Mystique was now in her head, position her head in believing that she's going to be a deciding factor going forward for who will actually go through. And I think that she just sort of rooted that in there, and then we're going to get to why I even feel more that way as the episode progressed. Because y'all know I don't really care for Lucky for some other shit. However, I was on Lucky's side today. I was like, girl, what is this? Why are you talking to that man that way? I am very confused. Why did she have to do what? She had to do what now? I'm surprised that you did. Huh? So we're all going to give our points to her? As much as I wanted them to. As much as I'm like, yes, get them to Akira, but I'm not there. If I'm in the competition and y'all are just here she go. So there's just one spot left because clearly that girl don't have to do nothing for the rest of the show. Girl, she don't even have to win nothing, bitch. What do you mean? It was, again, we're all happy for our bitch, but it's like competition-wise, I'm like, damn, do you hoes want to win or what? Like, I need you to make a decision. Morgan's made more sense to me, but Mystique adding the extra point on top of that to make it even further up, I was like, gag. I'm not sure if you were just trying to piggyback just because Morgan did it first, or you already had that in your mind. But either way, I'm happy Akira got the point. I just thought it was crazy because now it's going to be extremely hard for the other three outside of Morgan, Dawn, and Akira. I thought that was crazy. Andrea, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate my baby. Morgan alongside Detox and Willem was in Rihanna's S&M video. Thought that was a funny coincidence. Oh, they were. I remember that. I do remember that. Oh, rereading that red hair era. Very much. But Akira is now ahead on the board. She's no longer tied for first at 6 points, if you will, with Dawn at 4, Morgan at 3, Lucky and Morphine at 2, and Mystique at 1. Now, this bit here is going to play on for the rest of the episode. Dawn, you clocked this mess. I'm not even I was over here like, I know you are not in her head after you didn't even give her a point talking about, I think it's kind of crazy. We're going to see how these people are going to react, because I would think it's crazy that, I'd have an alliance with some girl and she didn't even give you a point. How you feel about that? Oh, no, it's not that big. Well, I would be paying attention, Miss Sister. And I'm thinking to myself, you're trying to get in that girl's head. And Dawn said, "Nah, I'm good. You're fishing." Dawn's bitterness that you're saying, Amba, let me explain that a tad bit, because I want to defend it on a competition level, but I also sort of feel like there is a little, am I not likable with this group? Is it really going to just be me needing to win in order to make it all the way there? Bit I felt Dawn was conflicted, because it was like, damn, Akira did something really great for everybody and she got those 2 points and we all can agree on that. But like, I have not ever received anything from anybody. And now it's almost like a place of feeling, do you hoes want to see me go forward? Like what's happening? And are you blocking that chance so that way the other girls are going to get it? I think she got a little bit in here and now those numbers are running in, because Dawn is a competitor and she's also into the reality show competition stuff. So for her, I think it was now the process of, well, damn, it could have just been a W. I'm good. But now they gave her those extra points. What if Akira gets this again? What if Morgan wins? What if I don't win? What if I now have to like start really making sure people got my back here? I think that's what was happening. Low-key, she was giving bitter winner on Twitter, but that's my perception. See, I may have missed whatever Dawn posted on Twitter, so I wasn't trying to take her thoughts after filming into the headspace here. I wanted to give sort of like my take on what's happening on the show right now. But if that's the case and y'all are receiving it, I get where y'all are coming from on it. I'm just trying to go off of what I saw and how I think her brain was working here. It's like, fuck. I thought I was a shoo-in. Now this is going to be even more hard to do because maybe these bitches don't see it for me. What are you talking about, Mystique? I'm kind of here for it because it's entertaining. It's a little messy. It's a bit of drama, if you will. Dramere. It's a little Dramere. Why, excuse me, did Morphine and Lucky need to give Akira their point for her helping them out? And now why does it look bad on their part as people and almost their character that you were questioning in this moment? And it gagged me a little bit because it's the way you framed it. It's the way you framed it. And again, I'm not the biggest fan of the arts and crafts girl. However, I'm looking at like, this is me right now. Morphine, Lucky, turn and tear her. Because what are you fucking talking about, Uno Point? What are you talking about? What are we discussing? They should have gave her the point because she helped them out. We're in a competition. Also, Dawn looking like, what is she going on about here? Because, like, what do you mean we needed to push her all the way to that many points? I mean, as much as Akira is living for the yes, girl, give me all the points in the world. It's kind of like, what is this? Are you just picking? Are you just picking on her? I'm very disappointed in you. Yeah, see, again, the choice of words and the tone and that expression of, you know, I am mother auntie vibe and y'all are just kids kind of bit, where Morgan is in the same age group. Hell, I'm in the same age group as Morgan and Mystique. Low-key, I'm a couple years younger than them, but like I'm still in that millennial bracket. 80s babies, right? I'm just listening to this and I'm just going, and I'm glad Morgan said something. I really did, because it's kind of like, girl, what are you going on about? No shade. Like, they didn't have to do anything. They did it if they want to. I did it because I wanted to, but that's between Morgan and Lucky. It's not that deep. Where are we going with this today? You just pick him. And I'm glad, you know, Lucky's like, I'm glad Morgan had my back. Oh, it's time for you, sister, to make sure to clear a girl when she try you. Because low-key, Mystique was gagging you this whole episode. And your confessionals were your, like, comeback points. I wanted Lucky to give her the business in front. She's not that girl right now. Maybe later, maybe after the season. But I'm like, she ain't going to be talking to me like that. Like, girl, you got me fucked up. What are you talking about? I'm disappointed in you. I'm disappointed you haven't been giving on the runways. I'm disappointed you came back after that many years, and all you have to talk about is what you did on season 2 and Untucked. That's what I'm gagged about. Since we gaggy and since we're disappointed in people, come. That I needed that to come out of somebody's mouth. We're a sisterhood, so act like it then. Stop acting like y'all girls ain't doing all. I was like, what the fuck? It drove me a little bit. Now RuPaul comes in. We do not have a mini challenge, which I was kind of excited for. I was happy. I was like, yeah, let's get this going, girl. Because high key, I want to see what this pink bracket and purple bracket are going to chew with. But we do have a QVC style challenge in a spooky, ooky kind of way, where these queens are going to have to be different characters in the haunted world of spookydom, and then sell items and garments or anything that they're basically given to us as viewers as well. So it's very QVC inspired challenge. If you've never seen QVC, you live it on a rock. But also it's very home shopping network kind of stuff. Everybody is assigned a different character. Me trying to remember everyone. Lucky was supposed to be a vampire. Dawn is a werewolf. Mystique is going to be something Frankenstein-ish. Morphine's a zombie. Akira is a mummy. Ooh, I'm good, right? I'm good. Oh, come on, in memory. And Morgan's a ghost. Bam. RuPaul then pulls one of my favorite things, which is choose your groups now. Go. This was funny. This was funny. I'm sorry. I had a little giggle over this because it's the way that 4 people in particular already knew the lock-in of the group that they wanted, and you already knew who the 2 were that were going to be in their own little group. Like it wasn't going to be any other kind of way. Okay. Such as, like, thank you for the super chat. Mystique is that mean lady on the block that don't give kids their ball back. No. Let's keep that frame, but I'm gonna help you. This is Mystique. She got the ball and it got in her yard, right? But she's gonna hold that ball and ask, now what's going on over here? And when the kids want it back, she's going to explain why they did wrong. 1, 2. If you're gonna play, you gotta play over here. Don't get this in my don't get this in my yard again. I'm gonna keep it next time. And they're gonna give the ball back. But there will be a speech that is given to those children. Okay, there's gonna be a speech about where you at, why aren't you in your own yard, and all that other good stuff. She ain't that much of a bitch now, but it's giving, oh, I'm gonna give these kids a little something, and when I go back in my house, I'm gonna talk about their mama. Yes, I'm not, no shade. That's Mystique. She's not horrible. She's not a mean person, but Mystique one of them people that, you know, when she locked in on something and she got her mindset, that's where it's at. And, you know, when you get a little bit older, sometimes you be locked into how you feel about certain things, but you can still learn. So that's what I saw from Mystique. She really living in her auntie fantasy, and I can't knock it. That's where she at right now in her life. Who are we to judge, right? Either way, you know, I do like Mystique. I was a little disappointed with this bracket season that went down. I wanted more for her, but I still think Mystique is a part of the echelon, if you will, of the Drag Race universe. We would not be in the Untucked world without her and Morgan. No shade, but like, yeah, like I get it, but I'm also annoyed sometimes with her. That's all. Either way, back to this. Teams getting picked. The way Morphine and Dom were like, oh, quick, like, no one touch us, okay? Lucky looking over towards Morgan and Akira. Mystique just got her hands there. She already know, all right, let's see where this is about to go. Now, baby, Mystique looking at Morgan or Akira there. Mind you, we already know. We're not moving. We got this. It is the way that Morgan grabbed Akira, and Akira is just laughing her ass off. Akira just and Morgan like, because you're not gonna have me with that what and not with the who, okay? Not the what or the who. Because I already know these girls ain't been pushing nothing. I need to be with somebody who I got good chemistry with. Y'all ain't gonna be fucking me over, bitch. Not in this last one. It's just Akira laughing that made this funnier to me because Morgan didn't say a word. It was just grabbing her and holding her tight. While Akira's just giggling, while Mystique and Lucky are having to make that you gotta be. I was hollering at this part. Morgan was looking like, whoo, absolutely not. Like, Akira, come here. Absolutely not. See this little part right here? Look. Morgan almost disgusted that the girls were looking at her like, no, I have picked my partner. Stay with. I know the W, bitch. I'm trying to move on now, please. I heard her say you fooled me. Oh, I love these little moments. Oh my goodness. Ooh wee. But you know, after it was like clear that these 2 were trying to get at least one of them over here, because they literally just had a moment at the table where Mystique called her basically disappointed and y'all should be kinder, and Akira did all this for you, so you should be giving her a point, leaving Lucky to be uncomfortable, because if you're not nice to Lucky that day, it's like, oh my god, the ultimate enemy, like what's happening here? Because yes, that girl was playing that game with sensitivity, and you can say otherwise, but yes, Mama is playing sensitivity. It was Mystique in her at the beginning because she felt like she was out on Morphine and Dawn, reading her and coming for her this, that, and the other, and who's gonna be nice to me or not. Of course, Morgan and Akira are playing a different game. It's not like we got to be shady for the camera. It's we just doing what we do, and this is our silly little selves. I'm gonna give my point to Mystique because she was kind to me. Oh, thank you, sister. Following week, I'm giving you the Morphine because we kind of over this. Okay, we're gonna give it back to each other. And then this week, this person was so nice to me and they were just such a Morgan. I was like, okay, so you're not here, but it's nice to see you again. And that's what we're getting. All right. Okay, bet. But we got our teams and we got to get a little practice in. And that's what they're going to do. Before we continue on with this review, it's giving, sister. It's giving. I was like, I know. This was like, fuck. I just know in your brain, it's like, fuck, what do I gotta do? Okay, we're gonna work this out. I thought she was nice. She's not so nice anymore. I don't know what to do. Jamie, I'm not going to talk about that today because I got a lot of comments about how I was really heavy-handed with that. And then a full speech about why I was wrong. And so for those people, I say, okay, cool. I thank you for the commentary. I receive your opinion. I stand by my thoughts and opinions because that's my bestie. But also totally get it. And that's why I have a different lens on today. So I'm going to throw a light bit, but also be real here. She didn't deserve all this from head. Lucky didn't deserve all that from head. I was like, what the fuck is happening here? But Mystique was right about some things, and you're going to hate me talking about it. You're going to hate me talking about it. Mystique was right about some stuff. It's her delivery that's like, now, bitch, we could do better. Then again, there you go. Of course, Akira and Morgan are bouncing off of each other with ideas. It's a good time, if you will. I love that hat on Morgan. Wow, we need to talk, girl. The moment we sit down, this little lady's talking about, I got my coffee and I'm ready to go. And here comes Mystique. Well, yeah, but it would have been nice if you gave me your point. And you can see why I had said what I had said today. And I'm thinking to myself, if Lucky gave you her point, would you have still given your point to Akira? Oh no, Lucky was on some bullshit for this challenge too, girl. But like, we got to keep it 100 here. Like, there was moments where Mystique was about to crash out, and it was like, we got to work on this management. We got to work on this management when people are going a little off the wall now. Please, thank God. I just felt bad for her because here's the thing. It's like, why are we even bringing that up? So you still holding that over me, but now let's get on with the challenge. So Lucky started to give their ideas on what they want to do. It is all over the place. They're not writing anything down. And Mystique's like, well, write that down. Like, we got to get some sort of like outline here of what we're about to do. All tea, all shade. That is correct. Like, you're just throwing stuff at the wall and we're not having an outline here, like lock it in. And Lucky's like, she's being so mean about it. But it's also, yeah, bitch, do you want to win? We got to actually focus here. And yes, it will apply later with that randomness that I don't really follow a script bit that is going to hurt their team, as well as someone's energy with seeing someone be a little chaotic in the midst of it all and them not being able to remove a little bit of that attitude. So that's where I'm going to stop there with them. They're not a good team at all. Dawn and Morphine, cutesy besties, same team, whatever. Dawn's looking for a teammate that's going to be somebody they can bounce off of. Morphine's looking for somebody they can be comfortable with. That's the idea. Be comfortable so that way when you're improvising or you're doing anything to sell anything to anybody, you have a partner there that's with you that can support you. Mystique starts to prod. How are y'all doing? We're doing good. Let me ask you something. How do you feel about, you and this team dynamic here? Because she's been doing so good. And like, aren't you worried about another person like outshining? Bitch, if you don't move that fucking big ass head back to your goddamn team and stop worrying about these hoes over here and trying to like psych a bitch out. And with Dawn saying something like, Well, no, I just wanted to go with somebody who I feel can balance off my energy and everything else too. Are you worried about her outshining you? No, not really. I think that we'll do good together. I just wanted to be with someone who's not going to be low in energy and it's going to work for me. To which Mystique's like, she thinks she's better than everybody else. That's what she's saying. What? What's happening? I was like, where did that? Hold on. Is this the fact that she's been winning and this is why we're having this take? Is this the fact that you've been throwing a little slug here and there and it's not landing? What's going on? I am confused. I know Dawn has clocked it because she clocked it at the beginning of the episode. Was like, girl, you're trying to be messy. And starting to, no, girl, I'm just saying some things. As much as I was like, what the fuck is this girl going on here? This is me. Thank you, Mystique. As much as I was like, this is dumb, I'm also going, I needed this kind of bullshit. I needed a little bit of bullshit. I don't need no kumbaya. I need one girl on there to be like, let me say something real, what? And then everybody needs to react to it after that. All right, I'm going to take it. So I was annoyed with Mystique, but I was also happy she did something because I'm like, yes, give me some of this energy, please, please. But that was wild, though. I'm sorry. I was like, what in the fuck are you talking about? I would be worried about this person who is a giant, literal art installation who you got to be in a team with. I would love to know how you about to do all that, Gil, but okay. Icy Hearts, you are correct. And she's honestly playing I'm being a bullied role, and it's getting on my nerves a tad bit. It's getting on my nerves a tad bit. That's why I say all her points are based on who was kind to me that week. And that's crazy. It's like, girl, if you don't, Miss Thing, what happened in high school that you have not healed from? What happened? My God. Crash, thank you for the super chat. Do you think that maybe they should give 1.5 points for a win so the brackets are more competitive, or would that give producers less control? I think it would be a little too chaotic if they did the half point system. Even though it's kind of like, even when they're like, you want to give me half a point, sister? Like when Kyria and Morgan on the stage, I think it would get just a tad bit chaotic there. Unless, Crash, I'm going to gag you real quick. Maybe, wow, you might want to steal this one from me. You should give an option to where there is a bonus point that somebody gets to hold and they find out at the first episode, but they can't say anything until the final episode. I need a Survivor moment with that one. A hidden immunity idol T situation. I need the gag for that. I don't need a, hey everyone, we got a whole gimmick. Here's a vial of something you can drink and it's no. I need it to be a surprise, bitch, so that all the other girls who think that everything's sugary sweet, it's like, excuse me, before we go on, Rue, I like to actually use what you had for us. Boom. And it's like, oh, a secret point. Like, oh no. And then that would be the gaggy. Or I'm going to get real nasty. If the girl who has the least amount of points gets an extra point at the end to then decide who gets to go for it. Oh, because low key, if Mystique had 2 points to give, then that man, I'm just saying. Something like that would be very interesting. Pull a Devins. Oh my God. Shauna, I'm watching the current season. I was evil with this last one. I am no longer watching Survivor. I need my other girl to win high key, but I know it's not going to happen. I was like, oh, they got the goat out. They got the goat out, girl. And I was mad. I was like, I knew she wasn't going to win, but fine. Oh, I was so evil. I was like, no, she's never coming back again. We're never going to see her. Oh, at least she won Traders. Yeah. But she played a really good game, y'all. She really did. But once Ozzy was gone, oh my God, Survivor talk. Once Ozzy was gone, I just knew. I knew. I was like, fuck. And Rizzo is one of those queens who's only going to be with Black women for so long. But no, I just was like, God damn. When that happened, I was like, it was going to be Ozzy, Siri, and Rizzo at that final 3. I was putting money on it. I was putting money on it. And again, how you have an idol in your pocket and you know these people are coming for you and they may sneak you because you're that good of a competitor and you don't play it. That's the only reason I can't be on Survivor, because they got to be outside all day. That's gross. I'd play it for the gameplay, but like, nah, we got to be outside all day. Fuck all that bullshit. I like air conditioning. I'm a pampered Black man. Bitch, I need the air. I need the AC. I sweat, honey. But yeah, back to this. I'm sorry, y'all. I saw a little Survivor in there, and I'm like, let me get this off my chest. Because I've been wanting to scream about that all week. But let's get to the actual challenge itself and talk about the duos, right? We've got our werewolf and we got our zombie. I'm gonna let y'all vote on this one. We're gonna do that also the runway, but let's vote in the live chat about the individual segments. For Morphine and Dawn, did you love this? Hit 1. If you were okay with it, hit 2. And if you were like, girl, what were we watching? Hit 3. We do have over 100 plus people in this chat right now. I appreciate you for logging in and tuning in and being here. Hit the like button, share, and subscribe, and drop a tip if you feel like it. But I thank you so much for being here. And I appreciate the commentary today in the live chat. It's been fun, for real, for real. Double check, make sure I'm getting my super chats in. Thank you. Okay, we got all the super chats in. Boom. I think Dawn did well. We got some 2s going on over here, 2.5s, if you will, 1, 3. We got I don't see no 1s, but we got it was cute. God, my Madeline did a little 1.75, a little high number on the board. Okay, we got some 1s up in here. Thank you, Marcus. Does something. Marcus, do something. Oh, my bad. I gave you an E and an S in there. Apologies. Okay, bet. So, here I go. This was cute. It was cute. I think Dawn carried it for the most part. And I think, to be honest with you, Dawn was very professional and I felt was actually selling a product. Like, very much was selling that product. It wasn't super funny. And there were a couple of moments where I was kind of like, okay. But she was really throwing in those hows and very werewolf moments, very punny kind of way of selling everything. And she sort of got the idea of what RuPaul wanted. RuPaul wanted a QVC moment, but make it a little bit kitschy, make it a little bit campy, a little bit kooky, right? And so I thought Dawn did her job. Morphine, I thought was fine. How do I word this? Because it wasn't bad. Like, Morphine's was not bad. It just, I felt it was less of we're selling something and more of like we're just doing a bit for comedy purposes when we got to Morphine's part, where I was still entertained, but I wanted almost a little bit more from the Hello Flesh Meat of the Month Club. I just needed just a tad bit more. But I thought physical comedy was great from Morphine. I thought she played well with Dawn. But I was with RuPaul on this one. On the selling part of it, I was a little bit like, oh no, if this one was as good. I think Morphine's bits got cut from Dawn, said at Roscoe's. Wouldn't that be crazy? Oh, I need to read something after I just said that. Wouldn't that be crazy? If they just cut parts so that way the edit, was very it's beautiful. If the edit was really just not, yeah, I don't know how I would feel about that. If that was the truth of it, yeah, I don't know how I feel. Maybe they cut parts that weren't funny though, Don. I don't know. You know what I mean? Because that's the whole we weren't there, and now we have to sort of go off of, well, Dawn said it, so it must be true. But and I'm not taking that from Dawn, but I also go, Maybe those parts weren't as funny as Dawn thought. Maybe the editors thought this is the way they wanted to frame it. Or maybe they were like, how are we going to make this look better for the other girl and not the other one? I don't know. But take it for what it is. I personally thought Morphine did a physically they did a good job. I just wanted the selling point to be a tad bit better. I did enjoy the comedic bits that were happening here, and I thought they worked really well as a duo. I did. RuPaul's, I didn't want to buy anything. And I'm like, I mean, I wouldn't want to buy anything either, low key, because it's her selling flesh, but okay. That is not a vampire. They even asked her to describe it. I was thinking of fungus and da 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 da. And I'm like in the Last of Us fungus moment here. And if you're a vampire, why are we going here? I don't see the fungus part. It's an interesting outfit, but I wouldn't have gotten vampire. And I love how Bianca, shout out to Bianca Del Rio, girl playing. Oh, I'm sorry, sister, but Bianca was cut off. It was a little funny to watch. But lucky girl. Yeah, y'all vote on this one. Y'all vote on this one. Give me ones if you thought this was great, 2 if you liked it, and 3 if you want to chop it. I'm chopping it for multiple purpose reasons. Like I'm chopping it here because the costume is interesting. This is not a vampire. The end. Also, why is Mystique's best dress being worn for a challenge and not on the runway? All right, let's get into it. Let's talk about it. So I think that Lucky had a great product to sell with the Eternal Life Iron supplement. There are so many jokes that this could have gone into. It didn't. It was very, this tastes good. Ooh, kind of bad. It was almost like she had an idea of what she wanted to do. And then it was just like, oh, I'm just brain farting now. And I'm just going to do whatever. And then we're going to go off of it. There was also a point where Lucky could not focus on their own product. And then it was like, she went over to Mystique to talk about the bags, but we weren't finished talking about the Eternal Life Iron supplement, which the idea is for them to all have their own segments and they bop off of each other like that and then move on to the other one. Whereas Lucky's like, ooh, I took a sip. What are these bags over here? Wait, there's more over here. Hold on. Like we got to focus. This is why she wanted you to write something in a fucking piece of paper in the first place. However, as much as I know and can see that Lucky really was like a little all over the place with this, goddamn, if Mystique wasn't annoyed as fuck. And we could tell, and that was driving me insane because it's like, girl, you're like biting her. Like every time that girl says something, well, if you would listen, well, if you're paying attention, I'm like, oh my God, bitch, if you don't chill the fuck out. Like, I get it. She is driving you nuts right now. I am also being driven crazy by her not being able to focus on shit. The fact that she couldn't even finish her own Eternal Life product, brought up a velvet cake, baby. Then we're going to get over here to these purses now, child. And then she tried to go right back to the Eternal Life bit. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Yeah, I'm laughing. I'm shot. I'm laughing too, but I'm also laughing because it's cringe versus like, that's so funny because they're so good. I'm laughing because this is foolishness. It's like, Mystique, chill, bitch. Lucky's like, oh my God, she's gagging me, but I got to keep going. And I watch Lucky do that. I'll give Lucky that much. I will give Lucky that much. Every time she gave you a little bar, you did not reciprocate. You kept going. I will give you so much credit there. Because it couldn't be me. Oh my God, I would be, me and Mystique would have been arguing. Whatever we're selling, fuck all that, bitch. Watch how you talking to me, Frankenstein. Oh, you had to have a doctor wake you up, bitch. Oh, dead hoe with different body parts looking at that bitch. Oh, yeah, we would have went there. I'd have still been in the scene, but I'd have read her as the Frankenstein motherfucker she is. Oh, absolutely. Because, oh no, honey, no. You're not gagging me on this mother. Can't do it today because Miss Mama can't stay on track. It was a lot. Highlights for me, the bag certificate bit was the death certificate. So good. I thought that was a great little one from Mystique. Lucky not knowing what kosher is or how to say it was wild. But also, I'm thinking to myself, does everybody from Florida know about the retirement communities and people who are mostly Jewish coming from, like, say, the East Coast where it's cold to then move to Florida to then stay? And that's the whole bit of the kosher part of it. Like, is she expected to know that as a person of color living in Florida? I don't know. That's why I was like, as much as I understand you know, people of the world knowing certain things, I was a little like, why would she need to know that exactly? I mean, I know it because I've watched TV and I'm, you know, all up in the business of everything. And hell, Golden Girls alone. I know about kosher, baby, but like, it was just like, I don't know about all that. To me, I was like, Monty, I'm from Florida and barely do. I mean, 70% of Florida is kosher. I mean, yeah, but to me, it was funny she didn't know what it was, but I was laughing at Rumor because I'm like, I wouldn't expect her to know that. I'm like, I think the lady lives on Pinterest. I don't know. Like, I wouldn't expect her to know that. But I also thought it was funny because she's like, Akasha, Akisha, Akosh. I said, poor baby. Not looking like a vampire at all. Don't even know what kosher is. Thought they were talking about Akasha. Shout out to Interview with the Vampire. Apparently she's going to be on the next season. And like, yeah, I was like, okay, that's what it is. That's what it is. Let's get to the next group. Get your votes in, everybody. Akasha forgot. Y'all are silly. Akasha forget. Akasha forgot. Why is that on my brain? Let's get into the other group with Morgan McBoo Michaels and Akaria Mummy C. Davenport here. Get your votes in. 1 if it's everything, 2 if it was okay, and 3 if it's a chop. I love the name of the infinity scarf that Akaria is supposed to be selling. The Rapture is such a brilliant name for that product. I would buy it immediately. Just for the name alone is ridiculous. Whoever thought of that, bless you, because that's fucking funny. Glossed or glossed. Oh, I know RuPaul said this lady's face wasn't in the camera like it should have been like that, but I'm going to be real with you. Akira sold the fuck out that Rapture, so I don't know what she was talking about. As much as she may not have turned enough, I thought she turned a lot towards the later half of the program when Morgan was hosting it and she was selling the scarf. I personally had the scarf was sold to be high key. I thought Akira was funny the way she was presenting it. I thought Morgan was doing a very good job pivoting with each other. I think they were both just so locked in. I was like, damn, this is the most effortless one out of all of them. I thought Dawn and Morgan were close. Dawn and Morphine were close in that regard because their chemistry is there. But as far as like selling me and them being the QVC girlies, I was like, yeah, it's these two. I think Morgan out the group was the better one of the two in terms of selling the product, being so quick with some of the jokes. Does it come in deceased? No, just white. Like that shit was funny. And even the whole bit, like, let me show you what the coverage does. Oh, these moments where Carrie was in the camera though, that Rue had a problem with, this is what I thought. I was thinking to myself, did you miss these parts? Because this is what was so funny to me. Like a Carrie would be like, ah, like she looked for one camera and then find the other one and go, ooh. I'm sorry. These little bits were Akira would be like over here, then she'd go, oh, while Morgan was doing her bit were so funny to me. I just didn't, I was locked in with this group personally. And I think these two together had the most in sync segment, with Dawn and Morphine being right there, with Dawn doing a little bit more work than the Morph, but it is what it is. And the other two being way, way in the back over there. But yeah, I like this duo. It was so good. It felt natural. I mean, retail value is haunting. Get to Akira's. I thought this was so good. I mean, this was so funny. Retail value, a pyramid scheme is crazy. It's crazy. I'm sorry. Corny jokes like that, I love. I love corny jokes like that. Also, Betty Davis being on the line to talk about the products. Hello, it's me, Betty, and I have questions. That was so funny. I was like, their whole bit of curious answers, Morgan's answer in this moment. I thought it was right. I thought it was right. I was like, this is clearly the winning duo here. I wonder. Um, but yeah, I to me, this was actually a successful improv moment across the board. I thought it was a good and a cute idea. I do love them doing the QVC challenges like this. Candace Drag Race did a bit like this as well. I'm remembering, if I'm remembering, am I correct? Was it a mini challenge or maxi? I know they did it though. Yeah, the Joan Crawford. Yes, the referring to Joan Crawford. Yes, 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 yes. I love that. But now that it's the next day, and we got to get ready for this runway. It is now time to really talk about these points. It is go time, kids. This is the last chance we're gonna have to talk about this before we get out on the stage, before we do what we gotta do. And the cameras are rolling here. Dawn is doing the numbers, Morgan's doing the numbers, and they're trying to figure out how we're gonna make this happen and what's fair and how we're gonna deviate the points now, or deviate the points. Give out the points. Just say that, Matt. Can we talk about this little moment right now? And I know it's like, damn, you going hard on Mystique today, but I thought this was awesome. I was right, huh, Auntie Joyce? I think I overthought that, Debbie. I think I was right. I just was like, but back to scrotum head and arts and crafts stars. So I don't think Lucky was wrong for how they like sort of defended themselves, but also questioned Mystique in this moment of being like, hey, like, it was a little uncomfortable. Like, you were almost mad at me and the way you were talking, this, that, and the other. And then Mystique's like, no, actually, it was you who was the issue. And, you were going off. I asked you to do all this. I didn't want that stuff on my dress and all that. And I told you that and this, that, and the other. And it was, again, this moment of where's our communication? Like, I get it. You didn't want that to happen. I feel there is a bit of responsibility in Lucky where there should have been more of an outline happening. So that way they could have felt more professional, this and the other. And I also think that Mystique could have chilled the fuck out a little bit and realized that it almost felt like you weren't having fun. And the idea is to have fun and do these challenges, but you're so focused on getting it just right or the way you want to do it that it becomes almost a stress that is now visible to the audience and that is now being put on a person who, yes, is not locked in the flow of how it should go, but now it has turned into something more and we can visibly see the tension and it takes away from our view of what we're supposed to be looking at. And so this was a little uncomfortable for me and I felt a little bad for the Lux, but I'm also thinking to myself, you're going to have to get ready to like really bite a girl back one of these days. Like you can't be gagged and then get in the confessional and then gag her and then later think about it later and then come with it. Like there are going to be moments you're going to have to get. Because like Mystique was low-key trying to dog walk that moment and make you look like the bad person. But in reality, both of y'all share some of the responsibility and it wasn't more one than the other. In my personal opinion, I felt they both fucked up in their own kind of way. And it was now becoming the blame game. But I feel more on Lucky's side of you got mad, girl. And like you could clearly see that. And it was like biting back on me. Well, we should have done this and that. No. But the thing is, in theater and when you're performing, you don't let them see what's going on up here. And we could tell. And that's where Mystique messed me up this week, where I was like, you clearly were visibly annoyed with her and you weren't able to continue on with the challenge. So therefore, you're in the bottom, baby. Like you should have been able to pivot. You should be able to work around the chaos. But it's, it is what it is. This is all in hindsight. And this is, of course, me giving this point of view as a viewer and not the person there, to be respectful. But now with the MVQ points, and can y'all please give me something. Morgan, I want to beg for nothing, but all the other girls are really trying to make sure that at least 3 of them can get to the semifinals. I don't like this. And I love Ru. I don't like this. I don't. And I love Ru down. I've been covering the show for years. This is one of my idols, honestly. I don't like this. I don't like it. don't like it. The wig, the dress, the fisting glove. It can't even. Hey, Auntie Joyce, I didn't say hi earlier. Hey, baby. Homogenic, I didn't say hi earlier. Hey, baby. Peace to me, I didn't say hi earlier. Eric, I didn't say hi earlier. Hey, babies. I see so many. Jay Flocoli. How you doing, Nicole? So many people I haven't said hi to. Hey, babies. How you doing? Welcome to the chat. Welcome to live. I wouldn't even say Thunderdome because like Thunderdome had like edges to this. This was like a smooth operator that didn't find the line to plug in. My God. Coast to coast. We're not going to LA or Chicago. Never Sandro Pay. Oh no. It's a Sade reference. And I love Rue. I'm looking forward to whatever happens in the other brackets because I'm hoping for better. Michelle looks good. Nice outfit. Nothing too crazy, but she looks good. T.S. Madison, you look so good this week. The last time I saw you, I don't know who did your makeup, but I wanted to punch him in the face. This beat, yes. And the orange looks so good on you. So good. I was like, all right, my sister back. Down. Okay. Dare I say I have seen every movie she's been in. My millennial queen, one of my millennial queens, right there with Sarah Michelle Gellar and a couple other girls. One of my millennial queens, one of the babies I grew up with watching everything. Like, you do not understand the star power and the reality that is Christina fucking Ricci, bitch. I'm going to be so real with you. She is that girl. She's been that girl. And she's such a good actress. Even on that shitty show, Yellow Jackets. She is so good at what she does. Okay? So, I'm just going to go down the movie line. And shout out to Stephanie on my Patreon earlier. I saw the notification. I haven't checked any messages yet. I'm waiting until Monday to read everything because I'm taking the weekend as a mental, like, let me take my brain out of my own body right now and just woosah and just chill the hell out. Now, you know Yellow Jacket's been trash this last season. The show was mad good the first season. Second season was a little crazy. And the third season is Shauna. You, come on now, Fern. Shout out to Fern. Come on, Fern. I'm sorry. This last season was boo. Come on. Boo. I will fight anybody that says Yellow Jacket season 1 was trash because that first season was amazing. So good. Season 2 got a little crazy. I was like, no, it's getting a little fantastical here. It's getting a little wild. And that third season, woo! Shauna. Ugh. Oh, I've never hated someone so much in my life in a TV show. Fuck Shauna. Yeah, I'm a completionist, so I have to watch the final season. Yeah, if I ever start a season of something, I have to finish it regardless of how much I hate a show. So I will be finishing it. I'm praying for a great finale, but I know we're not going to get it because once Juliette Lewis's character, I'm not trying to spoil, but once that happened, I was like, oh, I'm out. I wanted to leave so bad because she was one of the best people on the show. But I was like, nah, okay. So, okay, hold on. Let's go through. I was going to say discography, but I'm like, this girl is not a singer. Let's go through some of the movies that Christina Ricci has done, and let me explain to you why I love this lady so damn much. Now, my first experience with her was not the Addams Family movie, believe it or not. Or was it? Yeah, it was. Yes, it was. It's not my favorite role from her, but it's how I got introduced. So definitely Addams Family, of course. Okay, in the chat, Addams Family or Addams Family Values? I'm afraid I have to say Values because that Debbie, I iconic. On top of them going to the summer camp, and it's, wait, we will not break bread. What? You have hurt my people for so many years, this, that, and the other. The way they ate down during that scene with the Indians taking back over the camp. Yeah. I'm afraid Values was that girl. And Debbie was literally the best character they've ever introduced it to. Christine Baranski was so good in there too. Yes, lots of different people. I don't think Christine Baranski was Debbie though. It was what's her name? She's such a great actress. So good. And she was very much the 90s and like early 2000s. She was always getting that work. You don't really see her like that no more. But like she was always in something in the 90s and 2000s, early 2000s. Joan Cusack. There we go. I need that last name, Cusack. It's with the, is it with a Q or a C? Because isn't she a part of that family? Because it's like a whole family of actors, right? Yeah. Just like the Baldwins and all that kind of stuff. It's like a whole family of them. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. God, that movie was great. But Addams Family, Buffalo 66. Some of us watched it. I did. Casper. That's one of my favorite Christina Ricci movies. Black Snake Moan. That was a wild ride. I'm going to say that. Shout out to everybody that remembers Sleepy Hollow. She was really good in Sleepy Hollow. I remember that movie was like hated by some and loved by others. I personally love the movie, so it is what it is. Monster was a big deal, mind you. That was how Charlize Theron got her Academy Award in that movie. She played great in that. Now, there are a couple of different films that I wasn't a fan of, like Speed Racer. I did remember Penelope, but it wasn't one of my favorites. She was in Mermaids, gag. But I think one of my favorite movies, or the two ones, y'all loved her and Lizzie Borden. That wasn't for me. It was Cursed. And I just saw the third movie. I'm about to freak out. It was Cursed, Now and Then, and Gold Diggers. Don't shade me, but I love those three movies so much as a kid. And I watched them over and over again, and it's still going to be Now and Then is my favorite. Now and Then is still my favorite movie that she's ever been in. I freaking love that movie as a kid. I can still watch that bitch. Yeah, she's also in the Wednesday show too, but she doesn't play Wednesday. She plays an interesting character. I actually liked her character in the Wednesday show. Curse was bad, but it was good. No, Shauna, I agree. It was a horrible movie. It was so good. It was so good. It was so good. I'm sorry. Okay. Because remember, Christina Ricci was the younger version of Rosie O'Donnell in Now and Then. And so she was the tomboy, and her like love interest, but not love interest because they hated each other, but they really liked each other, was Devon Sawa. Y'all remember who Devon Sawa is? I'm taking you back, bitch. I'm taking you back, babies. Who remembers Devon Sawa? Devon Sawa was something around the same time that Jonathan Taylor Thomas was somebody. Yep. And at the peak of Freddie Prinze Jr.'s career of being as well, baby, I'm going to take you there in the millennial taps, honey. I'm going to take you there. But Christina Ricci is one of my favorite actors ever. And I just love the fact that she was on the show. And love you, mama. Continue working. We live. We live. Ooh, Idle Hand. Ooh, Arnold. Ooh. With what's his name from he's the voice of Chris Griffin. Ooh, I'm trying to remember this. Wasn't he on Buffy at one point in time? He also was he on She's All That too? Or was it the other one that I used to love? It was another 10 Things I can't remember his name. Seth Green, thank you. I wanted to say Seth Meyers so bad, but I know it's not Seth Meyers. God, y'all are taking me there. I love y'all. Yeah, y'all taking me there. Let's go. We got to move on. Okay. The category for the runway is Paris France. France. So take us to Paris. And it must be something very Parisian in terms of the fashions and what they're supposed to be giving. And it can be up to the Can't Hardly Wait. I think that's the movie. Yeah, because Can't Hardly Wait was my favorite over She's All That. Because I'm old enough to tell you that I went and saw both those movies in the theater and had them on DVD before Blu-rays even existed. And Can't Hardly Wait, I feel, is the superior to that. When the girls are like, She's All That. No, it's Can't Hardly Wait. Melissa Joan Hart was in that fucking movie. Yeah, I'm going to stand by it. Oh, I used to have bot magazines, but I had to sneak them because my dad was very homophobic. So like I used to get them with my mom at the grocery store, and I would pay for it with my own money and like hide it under my shirt and shit and take it home. So many of those magazines were thrown out. But yes, let's get to Dottie. Let's get to Dawn. She's Ratatouille, but more so giving Rat in Paris with this fantasy in the fashion department. I lived, actually. I lived. High key. It's very cute. It's also really cool. I liked it. I thought Dawn did this very well. And I forget where it was. Someone was like, maybe it was the pit stop. I don't know France for having rats. Baby, any city. Honey, what? I believe they're out there, just like in New York City. Maybe not as bad as in New York, but I've never been to Paris. But like, I believe it. Ratatouille alone was enough to like keep it in the Paris department. So I was like, she's still locked in. The plague. Thank you, Shauna. So that's why I was like, I think that's still appropriate. I think there are rats out there. If Emrica was here, I'd have my confirmation for real because they're in France. But like, yeah, I was like, I think this is fine. I enjoyed it. Not Istanbul because we have cats. This is the reason why they won't get rid of the strays that live at my apartment complex, and why even the people who are like landscapers, or not landscapers, but like maintenance people, will like feed them. I feed the strays over here, and some of our apartment people that live here do, is because those strays, honey, you're not gonna see no rats and mice in nobody's apartment. They be yakking and getting them hoes at night, and I have seen it before. I have watched it happen. Like I've really seen a cat come out of nowhere by the trash bins, and I'm like, what is that? Carrying a whole mice. I was like, oh my god. But that's why the people over here in this complex, and I've seen it other places, you don't get rid of the strays. When they have kittens, they will call the SPCA and have the kittens taken to there so they can be adopted. But the other one, oh no, they keep them here, baby, because like that's free work. That's why I make sure the strays are always fed, because I'm like, nah, I'm not trying to see no crazy stuff at all. But this is cute. This is fabulous. Love the dress. Love the concept behind this. I did enjoy the tail being thick and fat, only because mice, and this is for me working at a pet store, mice have a very thin tail, and rats do have a very much a thicker tail. And so hers being so kind of fat like that, it gives the whimsy of this being costume, but also fashion. I like the juxtaposition with the way this worked out. And I thought Dawn presented it well. So I'm giving it a, yeah, girl. Chewed a little bit. Chewed. Nibbled. Better. Nibbled. My cat is currently stalking a bug. My cats do that too, but they don't mess with the jumping spiders anymore, and I'm very happy about that. I have allowed 2 jumping spiders to live in my apartment, and I haven't seen a mosquito or a gnat in quite some time. I let the motherfuckers do what they want to do in my apartment, because they don't bite people, believe it or not. They don't. They're not aggressive. So I'll leave them alone. I'd be like, do your thing. Oh, they're actually very intelligent creatures. I had to do a lot of research on jumping spiders. They're very fucking, well, spiders in general are, but like jumping spiders are actually quite intelligent and are aware of your presence more than you think. Yeah, I don't believe in killing spiders, not jumping spiders, at least. I know they're scary, Kalima. You see them hop really quickly, but they're actually very non-aggressive. I'm not lying. They will run away from you first before they ever attack you. Morphine Love Dion is next. Her best look this run. Her best look. Down. Q ate this dress alive. Morphine presented it incredibly well because Morphine got that prosthetic going. Her mug is blended beautifully into that. I'm here for the wig. I'm okay with the candelabra giving a little bit of a lean because it gives sort of like that, effect of it being surreal or it melting into the scalp. I love that she's referencing the catacombs. The Phantom of the Opera bit gagged me. I'm like, what are y'all talking about? That's the catacombs, honey. As above, so below. Shout out to everyone that saw that movie. That was crazy. But I lived. It's gonna be fun to see Q on Project Runway. I agree, Eric. It's gonna be mad fun to see her on Project Runway and see what she comes up with. This was puss, honey. I was like, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Ew. I wish Morphine did better in the challenges because, my God, I mean, Homogenic, we could make an argument that she could have been in the top 2 the first week, but I'll be quiet. And I'm going to give you my top 2 for each week at the end of this video. Sure am. I loved it was the catacombs. The bones are at the bottom, making it even more catacomby. You know what I'm saying? Because literally under Paris, France, and them streets, baby, all them bodies that they had to bury, and they just were putting them on top of each other, and then bam, like what? I'm gonna be real with you. If I ever get a chance to go to Paris, I have a passport now, so I have the option of going. I'm not visiting that. I am a Christian, but I'm also spiritual. And so I'm not one of those Christians who's judgmental. I believe there are other things and these entities in the world. Honey, you got me fucked up to walk down there. I think it's like miles of it, right? I forget. And it's dead, but honey, nah, no thank you. I know my God, and I also know and believe in demons and spirits and all of that. Ain't no way. I'm walking in there as much as I feel protected by the spirit. Ain't no way. Because I always say, if you're seeking for trouble, it will find. Nope. No. Because one breath right here, rap for me. As a Black French girl saying, I'm just being for real. Like, I don't want to go to nobody's graveyard either. Because listen, I know them spirits walking. We haven't had the rapture yet. I know somebody walking around going, why am I here? No, thank you. I don't want to help them out. I don't have time. I got my own problems. How'd you die, bitch? Good luck. That's crazy. This is fabulous, and I loved it. It's amazing. It's everything. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. And Nikki, I'm like, there is not enough holy water in the world for a safe walkway around a bunch of dead bodies. I'm just gonna be. Oh, I know a witch is buried under there, and she's not happy. Like, no, we're not gonna wake her up. Let her be. She's cool. All right, so let me talk about this. I thought this was cool. You still want to fight? Did I? Are you telling me what to do? Did I just do her? I thought this was cool. Is that doing her? Jermaine, it's all right, baby. Calm down. Even if I didn't like it, it's gonna be okay. But on some real shit, I thought this was cool. Concept wise, yeah. This is Paris. It's France. It's the Louvre. It's their own artwork. Yeah. Now, you better be very real and honest with yourselves. When that girl turned around and it's straight up underwear, that's fucking ridiculous. and it gets a chop from behind down. It's like, what the fuck is this? But like I said, from my arts and crafts queen over here, very much the project, it was meant to be seen from the front, and that's how she made it. And from the front, everything. From behind, lazy. But from the front, oh, severe, actually. I was like, oh, this is very interesting. And I could see what it's very much, we're in the Museum of Art, and down, this is what we're going to get. Very cool. But behind, and I was very nice to her this week because people were attacking me over my dragging, from the last week. I was like, ooh, that behind is horrible. But from the front, it's kind of cool. Very cool. Oh, you want to look at the whole thing? Okay. Let me pull it up because I did get the picture, but I was like, I wonder if they're going to say I'm attacking this person again just because I showed this photo, even though they attacked my friend. But poop. Okay, let me pull this up for y'all before I talk about whatever is happening here. I didn't send the picture, did I? I did not. Here we go, because I saw it on the pit stop. I didn't see it when I was doing my summary and pictures, but then I saw the pit stop. I was like, ooh, girl, what happened? Where are you? Here you are. If they asked me, this ain't shade. Calm your ass down. Girl, I don't know who Charlize is, but maybe that's when people find out she's South African. They think that she look like Mystique. But bow. Is this it here? Okay, boom. This is what everybody was talking about. It do look wild from the back. Like, what in the fuck is happening here? But again, the front is actually pretty cool and very creative. And the assignment. So from the front, yeah, everything. From the back, ridiculous. From the back, oh, you no, boo, tomato, tomato. But from the front, chew, bitch, chew, chew. Now, her beat's great. And Morgan's wig looks really good on her. It's a nice dress that if I saw her at the club or the bar, very nice. You know what I mean? Like if we saw this on a regular schmegular day of a girl's got to work or a girl's got to do a slow number or something that's very much a ballad tease and she's walking collecting tips, bow, whatever, right? We would be like, she looks nice, and it'd be fine. For the runway, after them three bitches just get, excuse me, what was it? 4 bit? Nah. Yes, this is logo days. This would have been that girl. Right now, because everybody's on the fantastical $10,000, if we got that money to spend kind of shit, or also the resources, boom. But I'm hollering because I'm like, you could have used Rihanna, a Black woman, who is also an ambassador for Dior, and done that look. And instead, we went to Charlize Theron, South African, and did it this way. And I don't see Charlize Nan nowhere, but it's still French because it's Dior. So that's in line with that. So I got where Mystique was going thought process wise, but it's cute next to Drop Dead Gorgeous. Like if I put Morphine and her next to each other, I'd have a laugh. You feel me? So no shade to Mystique. It's cute and it's fine, but it's not that it needed to be like bow. You know what I'm saying? It needed to be like all encrusted in that to really give the girls a run. That's all. Listen, it's nice. Houston Foodie, I enjoy your lives. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday to you. Houston Foodie, do you got a channel? Hold on, I'm gonna look you up real quick. You got a channel? Houston Foodie? You know I like food. Hold on. Let me see here. I mean, you got a channel? Oh no. Because, babe, let me find out what you know in this city that I don't know about spots. And I'm totally coming to you because I don't get out enough, but me and my friends are always looking for somewhere new to go because we eat. Dane, you better tell her. You better tell her quick. We be out when it's time to go. And for me, yes, I do. Oh, work. Following you right now, baby. Excuse me, everybody. They live in my city. I must support. That was just going to be the given. But once I saw Foodie, oh, it was locked. I need to subscribe now. Subscribe now. Oh, here. Oh, that was quick. You'll be happy to know that when I typed in Houston Foodie, you came up immediately. That's actually really good on YouTube. They don't do that for me now no more, child. They be throwing a whole bunch of stuff. They trying to keep me out of here, but okay. Oh, okay. All right. Oh, members only, sister. I'm bored. No, I'm still gonna watch. Oh, okay. We got some other things too. Okay, friend. I'm gonna be in here. You got the hot tops. I see you. We'll be supporting, baby. Got you. Okay. Meow, meow, meow. I have a 3-year-old, so I can't out like you. So I definitely follow the spots on IG. Baby, send me some shit because I really need to find somewhere else to go for brunch. Oh, I'm born and raised from Florida, and I knew the word meaning of kosher since 7th grade. JG, oh, listen. Come on, hair. I feel it. I'm not from Florida. That's why I can't speak on it like that. It was one of those moments where I'm like, I have to be there to really gag it. But I also get that kosher is a big thing out there. And that's just me knowing from TV wise. Like, hell, look at Seinfeld. I mean, for those of you who, have watched Seinfeld, you can definitely understand the kosher bit that we was talking about just from that. Remember when Jerry's parents had moved to Florida, but then Costanza's parents were like, what do you mean that we can't move there? Well, we're going to move there too. And then Jerry's parents ended up moving back. And it was like, I'm trying to get them out of my life. What are you talking about here? That whole little bit. But what does even kosher mean? Yes, I'm from Florida. That's in reference for the food that they're eating in terms of it being kosher. Like, for example, I'm Seventh-day Adventist and we don't eat pork, which also the Jewish faith doesn't do that as well. It's the way the food is prepared. It's the way the food is kept and certain things around it in reference to kosher. I also think there's a blessing portion of that goes into it. I'm not in the Jewish faith, but like I understand that from visiting delicatessens that are based in reference to that. And other places too about kosher food and all that kind of good stuff. So I know it has a lot to do in reference with the fact of how the food is prepared, it being blessed, this and another. Kosher meaning natural raised food. I think it's a little more than that name, but you could be right too. That's just my understanding of it. Thank you, Shauna. That's where I'm thinking it's the way it's prepared and it's blessed by the rabbi in terms of the food. But I know that halal is on that same sort of tip where it's like the way the food is prepared in certain situations, blah, 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 that kind of stuff. So yes. But okay, that is, I believe, the answer. But if anybody wants to answer that in the comment section too, educate the girlies, please and thank you. Because I'm not the know-all be-all for that. Houston 50, thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you for subscribing. I'm feeling so about the season of All Stars thus far. Orange bracket so far. Let's give it to the pink and the purple. Let's get to the pink and the purple first. We still got Silky coming up with the rest of the gals. We got our Kennedy coming up. But I feel you, though. I feel you. I do like this tournament style. I just, feel that they want to, I want them to just do some things a little different with the tournament style. I still think this is a great idea. Mystique, the dress is okay. I still think you're pretty. It's just not enough for what's happening. It's not enough. That's all. Like, the dress ain't horrible. You don't look bad, but it's not enough. Now, this coming out after you is my point. This immediately coming after you is crazy work. Mystique should have been the first one to walk out. I got more super chats. Oh, thank you, Peace Mateo. I'm running behind here. I saw that one. Let me get back here. Oh my God. Peace Mateo, thank you so much, baby. Do you think Charlize sees this in the mirror? Her as a Negro? I think Scarlett Johansson would see that before Charlize Theron. And Charlize Theron doesn't give me their cleansing South Africa tea. I feel she's a little bit more on our side. And is not trying to portray herself as a magical Negro. Your super chat was worth it, and you're welcome. Love you, friend. I got to get Kyria off the board because y'all are dragging and she don't deserve that. Mystique giving us 3 runway mistakes. Ooh. To be honest, and again, I thought her outfit for the challenge was great. I was like, oh, she looks really good. So when this came out, I was like, damn, it's not as severe as the other one, but okay, we do know you got some bomb dresses, so you're not tagged. Yeah, I think Charlize is more for us and not for the others, if you will. I think Charlize is on our side of the equation. I put her in the lines of Sandra Bullock, if you will. She's good. We're cool with her. Shout out to Charlize. You know, we're not having to view her like Gwyneth Paltrow with like a very fine lens of, is this lady crazy or is she smarter than the average bear? I don't know. I love a curious look. It was everything. I do, Kalima, I agree with that. And I think it's not fair, but I also understand that, hey, you do what you got to do and sell whatever the fuck you got, right? I love this down. Josephine Baker tees, but I love the fact that it's a full dress at the bottom. I love the top, the titties. I agree with Plain Jane and the pit stop. A little close together, but some people's titties are close together, Plain. Not everyone's going to have a little low and belows. Not really. Oh, Bonnie. Oh, Bonnie, educate me, hon. Bond, educate me, Bond. Charlie said she's making her adopted Black children earn their way in Hollywood. A child. Oh, Bonnie, stop it. I just grew these back. Please, sister. Thank you for the education, Bonnie. I have to remind myself that lady did walk backstage with some fuck ass muffins for these girls, but it was also kind of funny because she's like, do you know in South Africa we have these muffins? I am South African. Charlize Theron on Drag Race South African. Yes, when I worked at South Africa and then everything is South Africa. So yeah, I do remember that. I'm over exaggerating. Come on now, but thank you so much, Barry, for the super chat. Ooh, yeah. Yeah. Back to Kyria, puss puss. I haven't said that in so long. Oh, y'all, puss puss. It was such an error of my time on this channel, but this is puss puss. Yes. Oh, I love it. I even love the hair that goes with this. I was like, oh God, this is why I needed her to go through because I'm like, what else we gonna see? Please and thank you. Houston Foodie, yeah. If you watch, what season was that again, y'all? Where she was the first guest judge. What season was that? If you watch the Untucked, oh my God, it's so funny. She mentions it like 5 times. She couldn't stop talking about it. I was like, Jesus Christ, lady. Oh. This is pretty and I love it. Season 17? Yeah. It was 17. I mean, it wasn't like she was wrong for saying it. It just, I found it so funny that she needed to like include that part. Like, hey, by the way. And it's like, I actually already knew that about her. You know what I mean? So to me, I was like, why are you trying to make everybody know that you are definitely not an American? I mean, well, understandable right now, but let's get to Morgan McMichaels. Let's stay on top. Joan of Arc with the Joan of Arc silverware. I thought this was brilliant personally. I thought this was really cool and kitsch, and also very like on point for the assignment of Joan of Arc from Paris, France. But I think, Morgan, my biggest selling point was the fact you had a purse and a sword, and you carried it like the purse, almost to gag us viewers and the judges. Like, that's all it is. It's a purse with a sword in it. And that's kind of like see you next Tuesday, right? Gag you. I'm taking the sword out. No need for the purse. Let me show you the bad bitch. Like, I was like, yeah, presentation was on fire. This wig is severe, honey. I'm going to get to the makeup smudge. The wig is severe. The wig is severe. Severe. The wig is severe. Whoever made this wig, I want one too. I want one too. I want one too in like a greenish tint color, like almost a seafoam a little bit. I love the fucking hair, bro. Love the hair. And I love this outfit. Her makeup is not as good as I've seen it. And I'm not sure if she was like in a rush. Are these ratings in the chat? Sheesh. Yeah, y'all can rate it. 1 is everything. 2, it's okay. And 3, it's a chop. I know her makeup is better than we've definitely seen her with better makeup. I don't know if this was a rush job or if it's like it was a fuck up and we got to do a little different. It was a little, not too heavy where it needed to go. But I just like the wiggy and I like the idea behind this. I don't know. But we know she can do her makeup better than that. Oh, okay. I thought the scale was from 1 to 10. I mean, you can. I always give people the option of like adding the numbers up if it was that bad for you. And then if you think it was the most glorious thing to ever grace your screen, at least for that day, it deserves 0 for infinity and beyond. Yeah, it needs a little bit more depth, if you will. I mean, I am not the best painter right now. Y'all know I'm getting it together in the background, but I'm learning how to carve my cheekbones as we speak. And so I want to just a little bit more in that mug, but I still think something about this I just really enjoy. I don't know. Especially that wig. I don't know why. Like, it's so fucking stupid and cool and cute, and it's chopped so severe. So I don't know. I think I was a little bit into it. I liked it a lot, but we know she can do a better face than that. So Kyle, oh hey friend, it's okay. I'm still going to talk for a long period of time. Did y'all find judging a little bit weird? It was almost like I believe Christina Ricci's critiques more than I believe RuPaul's at times. Because like Christina was on it and then Ru comes out of nowhere. This was great, but I was like, well, hot damn, what show was I watching? Because I thought I saw something completely different. Maybe I'm wrong. I swear to you. I was like, what is Ru talking about? Dawn was so great, this, that, the other. I thought Dawn was decent in the challenge. I didn't think she was the overall supreme. I'm going to be real with you. Mama was cute next to gorgeous, no shade. And her runway was peeable for sure. Her runway was that girl. But I was like, I don't know about all that. And then it was the morphine critiques to be like, well, blah, 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 blah. I was over here like, what? Huh? Like, it wasn't that bad. And then to me, I'm looking at Morphine's runway and I'm like, man, that needed more time, honey. I'm sorry. That runway was so goddamn severe. Like, please and thank you. Lucky, I'm gonna keep it real. RuPaul be giving her, I'm not gonna say pity, like whatever. It's not that. It's very, your drag is valid. Thank you for being here. Critiques. I'm so sorry. Like, she be really giving it to her like that. I love all of this. It's amazing. You're not winning. You're not the top 2, but she lets her have like these really nice moments. And it's literally been that the entire time they're there. Mystique will be getting dragged high key over Lucky any day of the week when it comes to it. But there will always be this is so, we need this. And you look so great. You should be proud of yourself. You are not going to win though. And she's not saying that part out loud, but that other shit, I'm getting annoyed by that. Because I'm like, let that girl know she ain't do shit for the challenge, lady. And say this is cool and all that. But like, maybe she need to work on something versus like, you feel better? Okay, Mystique, you're trash. That's all I'm hearing. I'm like, girl, what in the fuck? Why? What's going on here? Is she there for the background wallpaper for the phone? What's going on? It is her best look, though. I think this is Lucky's best look so far this season, for sure. But like I said before, the points were being given out based off of who was nice to me this week. They got some nice commentary for Ru, which they can hold into their body, spirit, and soul. And I think that's great. But like, nah, girl was never in the content. She was never contender. And I told y'all that just based off of feelings, functions, and facts before any sort of, I'm mad at her for saying Jamar was this, that, and the other, and all whatever. I told my story last time. I'm not going to go down again, but like on some real ass shit, she does cool fuck drag. She does cool fucking drag. She does. But like, nah, girl, as far as this competition was concerned, please. And Mystique, high hopes. But like, that's how Ru is also grading her. High hopes, but no. Oh, because Miss Mama's on that list of you can't come back, allegedly. Allegedly. I was kind of gagged to hear there was actually a list of do not call. I heard sometimes they take girls off that list. Oh. When they're like, we need to do something with the storytelling. You know who I'm going to recommend you video you watch? Look at me plug another YouTuber. Drag Tea with Matt. And the thing is, I saw his video, but I've heard more. And that's from girls who were on the show. And that's all I'm going to say. Like, I saw the video and I was like, oh, but then I remembered a conversation I had with somebody who was not in that video that was being discussed. I was like, it's definitely more. And I have heard some of the names and the reasons why are ridiculous, but it is what it is. This is TV. This is how it works, y'all. Also, some people who we like and love, ooh, I'm about to gag. Some people that we like and love that really did it on television are nasty to production. And that's why they're not back. It is important how you treat people on set. Baby, it is important. And even if you're having a bad day, it's important to how you treat people on set. Dare I bring up Dragula and somebody gaslighting and lying on production to where they had to put them on fucking camera to prove their gaslighting ass was lying on somebody saying that they were trying to hurt themselves for a television moment to where they were confronted at the reunion, didn't want to handle it and had a vape pen out in the plot. Girl, please, that's a whole nother series. Don't let us get into this world. Like, all right, and I'm gonna let it, we're gonna move on. But if you ever wonder, please put that into the factor of thinking about why it may be way more than just they went online and said a whole bunch of shit. I know Courtney ain't never coming back because she did a whole memoir about them. Spilling tea. Not all of it, but enough to be like, we don't like that girl. And she's also come out and said stuff about RuPaul. You definitely not coming back. If you did, we would be gagged because Courtney's great at drag, right? But it's like, is there some things that happen at the end of the show where you're not playing a long game, but also some people just move on from the show. They had their time, it didn't work out, or they did win, and it's like, I'm good. People grow, they move past certain stuff. So it is what it is, but that is that tea. But to me, that commentary or moment where Akira literally got all of her flowers and the RuPaul's like, Well, you know what really bothered me? And I was like, what, Rue? You just weren't looking at the camera. She did a couple of times, but she was selling more like almost like she was in a live audience of people. I still thought the chemistry from the group was the most organic and fun, and they bounce off each other so goddamn well. And even with the runway, she's like, "That's incredible! I love it all, everything, right?" And then this is a group challenge. I don't like it when they do that sometimes, where it's like, no, we're gonna individually give it to her and her. I'm like, nah, baby, you're supposed to give it to Morgan and Akira. Because as a group, they did the best. What are we talking about? I'm still happy that Dawn got a W though, because I did want to see Dawn move forward. But I was like, okay, all right, Dawn, and okay, and Morgan, okay. Let's say, hey, I'm like, I'm still want Dawn to go forward, but I was like, I'm gonna give that to Kirill and Morgan as a team. That makes more sense because the idea should be that you were assigned a role and you had to randomly pick someone to be in a group with you. Isn't that point worthy that you were able to choose your team correctly, work together with the outline that was supposed to be done, and then present it in the way it should be done in the first place? To me, that should be a part of the scoring part because y'all knew you would work together, and there you go. So that is why I was like, I don't know, dog. Maybe I'm being a little butt, whatever. I'm so glad Dawn got a W because I still wanted Dawn to go forward. Please hear me. I just saw it a little differently. We got Zombie Boy by Lady Gaga, and thank you. I want to thank production for putting a very good song in the lip sync wheelhouse. I can be your time. Love that song. We ain't got to be. Yes, cut up. It's a great song. Morgan beat her. Me too, Madeline. I know that the motherfucker word for word. I'd have ate up. Woo! Had a good time with that little song. Me and Morgan would have chewed, but like, I am sorry. And I love her. And I know again, it feels like shade. People come against you and it's like, oh, y'all not celebrating me. But in reality, again, I'm just very happy she got through. I just did not see that W from this lip sync. I thought Morgan was tearing. I thought Morgan was giving me a vibe. Morgan was doing way more with the vocal parts of like actually like in giving me that Gaga roar a little bit. I thought Dawn was cute and sweet. And she was like giving a little something, a little sex vibe and all that kind of shit, and throwing the hair and whatever. But like I was locked in on Morgan's complete freestyle choreography to the song, feeling the energy, the way she was, like Morgan was feeling it, bro. And I was in it. I was like, all right, Morg, like, come on. No shade. So when Dawn won, I was gagged. I truly was gagged. And the only thing I could think of is that they wanted to make sure a baby girl went through. But then again, I'm like, even let's say if Morgan won the lip sync and Dawn only had 6 points, and Morgan then had 6, and then Akira had 6, and then Satan was summoned, right? 3 6s there. Morphine was still going to give Dawn a point, and that would have pulled her to 7. I'm a gag you though. Lucky gave her point to Morgan, and so did Akira. That would have pulled, and again, I'm speaking on behalf of if then scenarios. With her having 6, that would have got her to 8. You know who would have been the tie? Dawn and Akira. Because Morphine was going to give her a point to Dawn, getting her at 7, and Mystique was going to give her a point to Akira. That is why I was like, oh, did you not want it to be between Dawn and Akira? And Icy Hearts, what do you think the audience would have done? How do you think we would have reacted to that? Because I'm going to gag you even further. As they're giving the points out, remember what RuPaul said when the tie happened? Based off of your performance during this competition, I've made my decision. Beep, beep. Because yes, I want Akira to go through, but technically, wouldn't Morgan be the one to go through because she had two wins? 2 top 2s? I was like, what is happening now? Because you just said some shit and it don't make no sense here. And then this other girl went through. Hold on. We were doing just fine until now. Now I have questions about what decision is being made here. Dawn won the lip sync, and she's now ahead on the board. The eliminated girls got to come up and give their last bit of points to see who are the 2 that go forward. And again, I say that if there was a 3 moving forward bit, I'd be less pressed about all of this happening. I'd be so... We wouldn't even be talking like this right now. It'd be, yes, Dawn and Carrie Morgan move forward, the end. But because of the way this went down, we're all question. Tell me what you think about this. Dawn's moving forward, and she didn't win the lip sync. Then we got to carry over. Like I'm literally going through a Destiny's Child run. The points that were given, she gave them. The points that were taken. Out of pity, this bitch went through. What the fuck? Yeah, I don't understand what's on my TV screen. Like, that's what was happening. That was a cute little original song moment. Fuck you if you didn't give me flowers for that, bitch. I was cute. But like, no. Kyria gave her points to Morgan. And I love that. I'm going to be real with you. Like, they've been riding with each other from the beginning. Those are each other's girls, besties in the competition right now. And Akira sees Morgan as someone who she wanted to see going forward, which I love this for Akira too. And it looks so good for her, not because it's fake and she wants it to look good, but this is very, like that was my girl. And she did do good this week. And I love to see her go forward. Like, honestly, Akira didn't even have to get another point from Mystique at that, right? And it could have just been Morgan and Dawn. But Akira was good with that because her girl chewed it and she wants to see her move. And it is what it is. And that's honest. She'd rather give herself the point, but she did that. I loved this so much. And it reminded me how Morgan did her in the workroom with like, bitch, you ate and you totally like helped us all out. I was like, all sisters. But then I'm Akira. This is when I feel this is exactly how Akira moved through. Right here in this very, very funny and cute moment when she wrote her name down and turned that shit around. I think that was it. I think that was it for Rue. She's like, nah, we gotta get this. Because that was funny. It was very, and too, look at Akira's face too. It was very, I'm just gonna write that down, turn around. I don't even gotta say shit to you. Oh, Kalima, I'm not taking that away from you. I agree. I was like, damn, they should not have been put in that position, those two. I just think they should have been 3. I don't care. Should have been 3. Should have been 3. So then Morgan moves up on the board and now she's tied with Akira. So like imagine that, you know what I'm saying? She's tied with Akira. Yeah, she was tied because she yes, okay. Had to get the numbers right. 3 and then 2, boom. So then she ties with Akira. Like imagine Akira giving you your point to make sure you tie with her in this situation. Girl, I'm about to cry thinking about that. Damn. Could have gave a throwaway point, bitch. Do you hear me? Just to make sure that girl don't go through and she's still in the top. Wow. See, Morgan and Kira got my respect for this bracket. Now, Lucky, staying on trend with who was nice to her this week, she gave her point to Morgan. That point puts Morgan now up top and tied with Dawn. If Morphine really wanted to gag the girlies, she would have gave Akira that point and had them at 7 apiece. Can you imagine? Oh my God. But it's tight right now, y'all, between 3. Morgan, Dawn at 7, Akira at 6, Lucky and Morphine at 2. Mystique's not in the conversation. Morphine was crying, giving her points to Dawn. I feel that she loves her sister, but also I think Morphine's sad. There's no opportunity for her to go forward a little bit, and she's disappointed. And Alti, Morphine, I was looking forward to you this season. I think you had did some very pussable things I was living for. Some of the girls were calling you mean. I was like, it's not that deep, right? I got the flag too, girl. But I felt a little bad for Morphine. I did. Because it was like, I know she wanted to come in here and turn it, but she gave her point to Dawn, and that was the right thing to do. They were in that season 16 alliance, and she wanted to make sure her girl was going to be good, because no shade. It could have turned the tide completely different for Dawn, and she ended up not going after winning 3 episodes. Because let's say RuPaul doesn't go based off of the track record for anybody. She goes, let me make a decision between the 2 people. You feel what I'm saying? So she made sure her girl was guaranteed in that bitch. That's why I'm not mad Dawn's in her position. That's for making sure the alliance that she stuck with the entire time comes through at the final hour for you. And that's the sisterhood that they have. And high key, as much as I didn't agree with Dawn winning this week, Dawn did a damn good job this season. So I'm not taking that back from her. Sorry. I didn't. I'm going to tell you what I thought of the top 2. I'm going to give you my real top 2 for each episode now. But I still think she did a very good job this season. And she was way past her point of just only being safe on the season that she was on for 16. But Mystique was honestly a huge deciding factor in what happened next, because Dawn is guaranteed to go through now. And so is Morgan. But Mystique gave her point to Akira, and that changed the game. Now you're tied for second. And so it's Morgan versus Akira, and now it's Rue's decision. And when I tell you, I went to vomit. I went to vomit. Because you're telling me we got to leave it up to Rue, who literally told this lady like some random nonsensical like commentary about how she was doing the whole fucking show. Oh my God, I'm scared. Peace to Mateo. Thank you for the super chat. If production was smart, make this lip sync a tie and split the points. I think that would have almost guaranteed it being a Morgan Dawn situation. I think so. But if you're talking about like split that point to 0.5, that would have got gaggy. It would have. It would have got gaggy. It would have. Thank you, Mateo. I appreciate you. I am very happy that RuPaul chose Akira to go forward. I want my sister to please, H-Town, we behind you, Akira. Love her down. And especially after what happened on her All-Star season, oh my God. I was like, please let my baby go through. I'm going to fight. But I cannot get off of my chest, or not to get off of my chest, I can't get out of my heart the feeling of sadness for Morgan. Morgan ate this round alive, as did Akira, as did Dawn. And to me, God damn y'all for making this a 2-person fucking, I hate you for doing that. Hate you for doing that. Almost, oh, let me not say, hey, that's a little heavy. Very much disappointed. I'm giving Mystique. Disappointed. It should have been almost an executive decision, Rue. I kid you not. I know it's the first bracket. We still got other girls to go, but I'm so sorry. Morgan and Akira together did a very good job. Like all season, baby. No shade. No shade. I need to see both of them go through, girl. I don't know why I couldn't tell. Oh, I was so mad. Morgan, girl, I'm sorry. You deserved a little better. I'm so sorry, sister. They should have gave you 3 U-holes. We're going to gag them when you walk in. Orange bracket, y'all clarity. I'm so sorry. I'm going to be a little bit biased here. Morgan saying I am. Akira said I am. And I love me some Donnie. I'm afraid I needed 3. I was evil when this happened to Morgan. Evil. 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 And I'm going to be really mad if they change these rules up for somebody else later. I'm going to be fucking furious. If later on we got another tie and it's like, you know what? You both get to go through. And we didn't do it here. Oh, I've been hot. I want Morgan to be the wild card coming back so bad. And that's just off the orange bracket. I haven't even seen pink and I haven't seen purple just yet. But just off the rip, right now, you better bring this motherfucker back. It's true, Shauna. That's one thing I do love is they all get 3 episodes. It's a point system. It's not a, well, you're first out and you felt, it's none of that. I just needed a 3 out of 6. I needed the even flow of it being a half of you'll get to go forward, not just 2 babies. That's all. True, but they don't get to go home. Is that right? I forget. No, this is All Stars tournament style, so they do get a little pause in between. So yeah, some of the girls do go home after their bracket while they're filming everything in the space in between. But yeah, it's possible. It's possible. They may still keep them all there, but I remember correctly that they do take a little break in between. So yeah. I don't know. I'm sad. These 2 were a great duo this season. I'm just happy Akira went through. I was like, oh my God, I'm freaking the fuck out. So it's Dawn and Akira C. Davenport going through. Morgan McMichaels, you ate this alive. Please, let's all give some love to Morgan. Bitch, I became a brand new fan again. I already liked Morgan from season 2. And I was like, oh, she came in All Stars 3. I don't know if we're ever going to see her again. And when she came back, I said, yes, bring her to the yard. And she did it for me. Also, Morgan, your lip sync outfits were all puss. Every one of your lip sync outfits were puss. All of them. Never missed. Every time you came out there, I'm like, yeah, she ready to buck. She ready to give the girls a go. Kyle, thank you for the super chat. I'm sorry. Kyle, thank you for the Tippy Poo on Cash. Yeah, appreciate my baby today for entertainment offering. Thank you, my love. I appreciate you, Kyle. Go ahead, Morgan. I respect you down. You played the game very well, professional as fuck. You were never on some bullshit. Not one time. And you kept it 100. She really did. She kept it 100, and we all felt it. It was no like, I think Morgan's being fake this week. Nope. Never questioned it. Do you think a loser's Lollapalooza would eat? With Morphine and Morgan being in this bracket and not including Lucky or Mystique, yes. But half the people who were left over definitely are going to chew if they did a Lollapalooza. The other half, not so much. I think that would be cool if they got to do that. I wonder if they'll do that this season. But it would be very cool if they did a lip sync loses Lollapalooza for the she done already had hers is whatever the reward they gave that one time in the other seasons. But yeah, she did well. She really did. Good job, Morg. And shout out to my logo girlies. I'm including Mystique into this. Shout out to my babies from the many moons ago. I was there right with you. We in the same age bracket. Don't let these hoes age shame you and all that kind of shit. You are still relevant and a part of this community. And definitely the ambassadors now before these new babies get to the yard. Definitely should be more respect put on y'all's names. For real, though. Especially you, Morgan. I know you be working your ass off in LA. Thank you for your hosting experience. I've been at many of your shows when I lived in Los Angeles and I had a good fucking time, bitch. Okay. So yeah. Yeah, love you down, sister. Love you down. I think Mystique, if they give her a good nasty ballot, she will chew the fuck out of it. Because I saw her back there preparing and Untucked, and Mama was doing a whole bunch. I said, oh no, sister, give her a good nasty ballot. I think Mystique is going to tear, honey. Okay, Bonnie, and I'm about to hit the big 4-0 in a couple of months. You know what I'm saying? And look at me, look at me. The girls will eat me up. They'll shade me because, you know, fuck me. They don't like me. I said something about their bestie. But, bitch, I chew, honey. I know I chew at this big age. Eating you up. Some of you girls younger than me, I look younger than you, bitch. Okay? But, like, I don't have to brag about that. It's just, it's a gift. We don't even got to talk about that kind of stuff. But I'm thankful to still be alive. You hear me? Okay? Arnold Stew. Yeah, I'm wrapping this up, my love. Thank you for the super chat. I gotta go, but thank you for the rant. Love the comments. Peace and blessings, everyone. All right, Arnold, Stu, you take care, baby. We will see you next week for bracket 2. Bracket 2. Speaking of bracket 2, thank you, Bonnie. Yes, and even at my big age, I can still buck. Do the split backflips and everything. I am not limited by anything except for my joints, and we try to keep them stretched. Donna McCurry moving forward. Coming up next week, the 30s and 40s are the new 20s and 30s. And guess what? Everybody who is in their 20s now, you're going to go through this same process. You don't think you will? I was you. I was very much, oh my God, I don't know. As time moves on, you are literally going to feel the exact same feeling. Okay. Shauna, no, we're not doing any panels right now. Everybody has everyone's schedules are so super busy now, especially for Sundays, but we are going to do another panel soon. It may be more of in the middle of the week when everyone has some time, but I'll let y'all know like at least a week in advance prior to us doing it again. Because trust me, the panel chat is fire for All Stars. And everybody wants to say something, but it's like, let's just get some time together. And then once we do, we're going to talk about it. But I think everyone wants to wait, at least I do, until we're done with the pink bracket before we get to the semifinals. And that way we have shit to talk about for orange. Sorry, purple bracket. I meant purple bracket. Orange, pink, and purple. And then we can talk about it together versus us like just doing it like individually one by one. And we can do a big old show based off of that. So, yeah. But yeah, we got Aura Maori. We've got April Carry On, who we have been wanting back for a very, very long time. So April, glad to see you again, sister. Crystal Method has been also on that wish list for a long time. Vivacious. Selena S. Titties, glad to see them back again. And Silky Nutmeg Ganache with their upteenth appearance, which I don't care because Silky is a good key for me. She's also Houstonian. I love that Akira is in Houston. Silky's in Houston. I got my Houston babies. Kennedy in Dallas, baby. Texas is up in this piece for this season, so I'm here for it now. But yes. I want to see Selena STDs do well, my fellow Libra sister. I got to meet them too. Selena is such a sweetheart. I want to see Crystal Method again. It's been a minute, bro. And I want to see Crystal cut the fuck up. I want to see that drag. That's not arts and crafts at all. Aura, I want to see a redemption moment. Are you going to try to say trade again and be completely wrong? Are you going to be cringe? I don't think so, but we'll see. April, I'm just glad to have you back. And then Silky, I will love to see what happens with this run. Honestly. Yeah. So I think we'll have a good time with the pink bracket. Very interesting group of people. We shall see. But that's it for me today, everybody. I hope you had a wonderful time in this live chat. Talk about RuPaul's Drag Race All Stars 11, Episode 3. Make sure you hit the like button before you go out that door. If you do want to leave a tippy poo later on, do so. I'm going to try to get my responses back on the apps or whatnot. But the next time I go live, I'm going to make sure to give you some love, just like I did today for those who tipped yesterday. I wanted to make sure I gave y'all some time. I was like, ooh, let me write these names down, okay? But I had a good time with y'all today. Sincerely. Sorry, my battery, you know how your life battery or your main energy battery starts to like, mine just hit the lot right here. It's like, okay, baby, you've been talking for quite some time. You're going to have to be quiet for at least an hour. You're going to have to be somewhere quiet, man. But I had a good time with y'all today. Please take care of yourselves. The world is not what it used to be, as it will always change. And currently there's a lot going on where you may feel unsafe or possibly questioning what is happening. As somebody who can feel the same feelings that you feel right now and is also going through their own sort of thing, just know you're in my prayers, but also we got this, we can do it. Don't give up, keep going. Keep going. Because, bitch, every time I want to give up, girl, I need someone to tell me to keep going. Every time you want to give up, I want to tell you to keep going. Okay, bitch? So let's be our own support systems for each other. We got to lead with some kindness. We can be real with each other, too. We can cackle a little gag. But, like, just remind ourselves that we got bigger fish to fry if we're going to have a great life with each other, right? We got way bigger fish to fry. So let's not take the patty and run with it, honey. Let's go for the big dogs, if you will. So I thank you for tuning in. All my love to each and every single one of you. I will see you Monday Actually, yeah, no, Tuesday. Because Monday I have to do Euphoria for Patreon, but Tuesday I am doing a new review show. And it's a reality TV show, and it's in the Real Housewives universe. Yep. Can you guess which one it's going to be? I've already talked about it on Patreon, but there is a particular franchise that's happening right now that I need to talk about. And I got to do reviews on, and I can't wait anymore. I'm unable to. It's too good. It is so fucking messy. And I've been talking to a fellow panel member about it, and he's encouraged, yeah, go for it, bitch. So I'm like, yeah, I'm going for it. I'll see you Tuesday for Real Housewives of Rhode Island live reviews. From now on Tuesdays, we will be doing Rhode Island live reviews. Sure will in the afternoon. I must discuss this show with you. It is so messy. It's so good right now. It's so good. I haven't missed an episode. These white women have the drama I need in my life. I am Team Rosie. Fuck Kelsey with her no house having ass. Love Joellen, but also think she's a bully. Alicia is a trumper, but I love Alicia. Liz is crazy, but I love Liz. Dare I say the entire cast is giving? And even Ashley has a purpose? Like, yeah, we're going to be talking about it. So join me Tuesday. Join me Tuesday for the Real Housewives of Rhode Island reunions. I've even asked Chris, like, throw me on a panel if you want me to, bitch, because I will talk about it. But yeah, we're going to be doing that for Tuesdays and Saturdays, of course, a Drag Race. And there's also going to be another show I'm going to have to introduce to you as well. I've been working on a couple things in the background. I want to make sure I got you. So love y'all down. Take care. And I will see you for the next one. Bye. I was going to jump scare you, but I was like, nah, that's not funny. Just kidding. Okay, bye, y'all. I take care. I love you down.
Listen. Yeah.